We can, yeah, I just say we can go on anytime.
Ready?
Good evening from Crawfordsville High School and John Frodes Field, where tonight your Crawfordsville Athenians host the North Montgomery Chargers in a very important conference game. Your Athenians come in tonight at 16-6 on the season, 6-3 in the Sagamore Conference. North Montgomery Chargers are 13-7 overall, but they are a big 8-1 in the conference, tied for first place at this time. Umpires and coaches at home plate, and we'll be ready to go here in just a minute. But Brian Saunders, great to have you again with me tonight.
Excited about this night of baseball.
I mentioned we have a rookie over there keeping us on the web and getting you a great picture on the camera. Noah Wilson, rookie of the night. Good to have you, Noah. Brian, go ahead and set up this situation as far as conference.
It's a big night. And as we look at the conference, you mentioned conference records for both of these teams, and it has been a while since North Montgomery has won the conference, but they're certainly sitting in tie for first place with Tri-West, both at 8-1 in the conference. And these are big 2 weeks, actually. Crawfordsville's in third place at 6-3, as you mentioned, Dan. But then we look at Danville, Frankfort, both at 5-4, Lebanon at 3-6, Western Boone at 1-8, Southmont at 0-9.
At the Crawfordsville High School Athletic Complex.
Okay, we're going to turn it over to PA announcer David Rayner for the starting lineups.
Baseball game between the visiting North Montgomery Chargers and your Crawfordsville Athenians. Starters for the Chargers representing Linden, Indiana. Leading off, the first baseman, number 14, Jared Kirsch. Batting second, the center fielder, number 20, Ross Dyson. Batting third, the designated hitter, number 30, Noah Hopkins. Hopkins will be hitting for starting left fielder, number 22, Thomas LaFoon. Batting fourth, the catcher, number 15, Dylan Braun. Batting fifth, the right fielder, number 16, Corbin Meadows. Batting sixth, the starting pitcher, number 21, Cade Cole. Batting seventh, the shortstop, number 2, Roman Utterback. Batting eighth, the second baseman, number 13, Brooks Walters. And batting ninth, the third baseman, number 12, Austin Sulk. The Chargers are coached by Mr. Matt Voorhees. And now, let's meet the starters for your Crawfordsville Athenians. Leading off, the shortstop, number 6, Jude Corsi. Batting second, the third baseman, number 2, Wyatt Moots. Batting third, the second baseman, number 11, Cale Corsi. Batting cleanup, the catcher, number 8, A.J. Hall. Batting fifth, the left fielder, number 34, Bryce Dowell. Batting sixth, your starting pitcher, number 21, Big Cale Weimer. Batting seventh, the first baseman, number 4, Caden Underwood. Batting eighth, the right fielder, number 20, KP Caden Patton. And batting ninth, the center fielder, number 5, Dylan Farley. Your Athenians are coached by Rhett Welliver, Tony Bean, and Cole Weimer. The head skipper for your Athenians is Mr. Brett Moats. Please direct your attention to the American flag located in right field. At this time, the Crawfordsville Community School Corporation and the IHSAA invite you to proudly stand and remove your caps as we honor the United States of America. Let's play Athenian baseball.
Hey, what a great picture out there on the field. Teams lined up and saluting the flag. Beautiful day for baseball. We've got temperature at 72 degrees. Room temperature there, Brian. Can't beat that.
Pretty great.
Wind out of the northeast at 9 miles an hour. But it seems like to us that it slacks be quite less than that.
I don't think there's much wind. Yep.
Well, anyway, we're about ready to play ball here, and starting pitching for the Athenians. By the way, we're getting a commercial here again by David Raynard that we are out there for you. This is a beautiful day, though, to just come on out to the ballpark.
Sure is.
We've got a great crowd out here already, Brian. I've seen some different faces that haven't made it yet this year, so good to see that.
I think there's a lot of hype in the community for this game or this series, both tonight and tomorrow night, of course.
Yeah.
Really is going to be a battle for top spot, and the Athenians can seal their fate depending on how well they play these two games, right? At
No
6
question
and 3.
about it. No question about it. Well, starting pitcher on the mound, Cale Weimer, and Big 21 has had a good year. He's been real impressive, and he will definitely need to do that against a very good North Montgomery team tonight. Tomorrow night, by the way, we might mention, obviously, we will not be webcasting.
Right.
However, it will be a 7 o'clock game at North Montgomery tomorrow evening.
Yep.
And we'll go ahead and mention, we will probably mention it again later, but we'll be back on the web Saturday in the morning as former Athenian Courtney Whitehead brings his Park Tudor team here to Crawfordsville. Again, 11 a.m. start there. So.
Yeah, always a fun series or game. I guess they don't play a series, but a game with Park Tudor and Coach Whitehead kind of coming back, and we trade that obviously home and away.
Well, we hope we can shoo the rain away. There is some rain in the forecast for the weekend, and so we hope we can get that in. Scratchy, all right. We need to turn it down a little, folks. We're aware of we may be a little scratchy, so
we're trying to make an adjustment there.
Make an adjustment and see how that works.
So we'll give that a try and see if that makes a reasonable change. Sorry about that if there is some static or scratchiness, something we've been trying to work through.
Weather.com first pitch forecast. It is currently 72 degrees, and the wind is out of the northeast at 9 miles per hour.
Well, David Raynard, PA announcer, just agreed with our weather.
Yep.
So we're really blessed with maybe about the nicest day we've had all year here, Brian.
I
really.
think you're right.
All right, we're ready to play ball here, and Jared Kirsch, playing first base tonight, will step in, left-handed batter, to start this ball game out for the Chargers. Weimer's first delivery is inside, ball one.
6:06 p.m. 6:06.
Dan, I appreciate this weather more. Last game you and I worked, we actually had some sleet that day, if you remember.
We did indeed, I do. Actually, that was the worst weather night we've had.
I think so.
So we go from the worst to the best.
We'll
This
take
pitch
it.
is a little bit low. So 2 balls, no strikes. Just underway here at Froge Field. Big conference game, as we mentioned, and Athenians looking to pull out their 7th conference win. Here's the next pitch, and that one remains down. So Weimer just a little bit low in the strike zone. Really, all 3 pitches were down. So got to bring it up a little bit. Kirsch, I would be surprised if he was swinging here. And he takes that pitch for a strike. We're in the inside corner. 3 balls, 1 strike.
There's something also that's going on right now, right? Kale's trying to define where the umpire strike zone is.
Absolutely.
Inside, outside, high, low. What's he going to call?
Yeah, good point. Here's the next pitch, and that'll be down low for ball 4.
And I think it was.
Yeah, he's just down a little bit right now.
Yep.
And it's it's tough. Well, for anybody, even big league pitchers, but high school kids have to adjust to the umpire. Umpires definitely do not call the same strike zone. So.
Not at all, right? And what we want is consistency.
That'll bring up Ross Dyson. Here's the next pitch, and that ball's a little low. 1 ball, no strikes.
They have to make an adjustment here and just bring it up a little bit. He's not missing by much, I don't think.
No, most of the pitches have been over the plate for sure. Kirsch away from first. Leaning a little bit. He's staying, and here's a line drive into right center field, and that's going to be down. That'll take Kirsch all the way to third base. So a base hit by Dyson, and the Chargers immediately with a threat here in the first inning.
Yep, nice line drive there from Dyson, fielded well by Farley and got it right in, but Kirsch has some wheels in that leadoff spot.
Well, that'll bring up Hopkins, the DH, hitting in the number 3 slot.
You always talk to me, you've talked to me a couple of times throughout the years as we've been doing this for a while, but number of ways to score from third base. There are a lot of them. And I think we put together that list one time and just verified it was like 14 or 15 ways.
Here's a pitch taken down. That was a breaking ball that time.
It was. And then a leadoff walk. Boy, those often.
Not the formula for success at any level. So Weimer in a bit of a jam. See if he can work out here. Here's the pitch, and that's in there for a strike. Count evens at 1 ball, 1 strike. Noah Hopkins, as we said, the DH for the Chargers. This is a normal, I think maybe a steal situation because we were not throwing through, I'm sure. Here's a pitch. This one for the first one, he threw too high that time.
That's right.
But nonetheless, he's down on the count now, 2-1. Ground ball to second. That'll be a double play ball if we can handle it, and we do.
Yes.
So we get a nice double play, but the run scores there. No RBI on the play, but Athenians a much needed twin killing there. So
pitcher's best friend, and I'll trade a run this early in the game for a double play.
Yeah, absolutely.
2 outs, right? So
that'll bring up Dylan Braun, the catcher. Here's the first pitch over the outside corner, strike 1. Good fastball there by Cale Weimer. Here's the 0-1. Here's a line drive center field. Farley over and makes
nice
the grab. Going to the ground, but keeps the ball in the glove. So nice comeback there by Weimer. Allows a run, but shuts it off pretty quickly.
He did.
One thing for sure, you got to score to win.
That's
we've given up 1, but we left ourselves in a decent situation. That's
right. It could have been worse.
Yeah,
first 2 guys on with no outs,
you just don't want to go down 3 or 4 runs in the first inning.
That's right.
Nice play by Farley out there, Brian.
Yeah, it was really nice play. He actually kind of bellied out for that. He didn't really have to dive, but it was going to be a tough play. Ball was well hit by Braun, so really good run-saving play. Here's the other interesting thing, which I don't think is an excuse or anything. I found it interesting through the years because even in talking to some pitchers, some prior Athenian pitchers, and not all of them, but the challenge of facing a lefty is there's just a different approach, especially when you're a right-handed pitcher. You know your ball's going to break into them often, and sometimes I think they overthink it. I'm not saying that's what Cale did there. I don't even know if he has that issue. I know talking to my own son, he's like, I don't like pitching to lefties, and he's talked about that on his college team. Some guys just are challenged to face it. So
and honestly, the other side of it is that, at any level, if you look at the averages, left-handers will have a higher batting average against right-handed pitchers.
I mean, you're looking for that matchup often, right? Pitching coaches make that change.
It's kind of funny. It's more of a difference with a left-handed batter facing a right-handed pitcher than it is a right-handed batter facing a left-handed
It's
hitter.
just hard to hit a lefty pitcher.
Left-handed, most good lefties have a ball that fades away from right-handed hitters, and that really is a thing that they have to adjust to. I will say this, Brian, we've gone up against a number of lefties this year, and I only really remember one that I felt like we struggled against most of the game, but most of the lefties this year, we've hit pretty well.
Hit pretty well, yeah. And we faced them early down in Tennessee, too, so
Yeah. Well, we're facing a righty here tonight in a young sophomore pitcher, and he's had a really good year. Cade Cole and number 21 on the mound for the Chargers. Here's the first pitch right there for strike one on young Mr. Jude Corsi. Jude also only a sophomore. And this, by the way, I believe maybe the first time in his career, Jude hitting out of the leadoff spot.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yep. He did it Saturday at West Lafayette.
Yeah. Here's a swing and a miss on something that was maybe at the top of the zone. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Bottom of the inning number 1, Athenians trailing 1-0. Here's the next pitch. That ball's up and probably out also. Count evens at 2-2. Here's a pitch long and grounded right side. Takes a nice hop for the first baseman, who fields it, goes to the bag for out number 1. Jared Kirsch fielding the ball there at first base. So Corsi out unassisted to the first baseman.
Yep, went to the right side there, and not his full swing where he gets a heart of the bat on that ball, but Jude's a good hitter.
Yeah, he is.
He will make
Well,
adjustments.
he's hitting hard luck this year, too. He's hit a lot of atom balls.
Well, just
Here's
right.
a pitch.
Oh.
Grounded down to first baseline by Wyatt Motes. And again, Kirsch, unassisted, will make the play. So he's going to tie a record if he gets the next one the same way.
That's right.
Well, that'll bring up Cale Corsi. Cale playing second base today.
Swinging at the first pitch, too. Keeps that pitch count low for there. But if you like it, right,
well,
you hit it.
Kid's trying to be aggressive.
Yeah.
Really, Chargers came out aggressive, swinging
Yes.
also. Just out ahead on that one was Wyatt. He really got that almost off the end of the bat. Well, here's a pitch. The breaking ball stays a little bit high. Good job that time by Corsi laying off of that pitch. That's one that looks big coming in, and you tend to want to stretch the strike zone a little bit.
That's right.
Here's the next pitch. There's a breaking ball that stays away. So 2 balls, no strikes. Here's the pitch, and it's down. So far, and I'm not saying this in a critical way. I'm just saying that the umpire has not called any strikes that look like they're kind of around the knees. 3-0 now. Of course, he takes that down, ball 4. So Athenians with a man on and 2 outs.
Everybody clap your hands.
Good time for a 2-out rally. You have 2 outs, got a runner on, got a good hitter coming to the plate.
Yeah, A.J. Hall's had a nice season at the plate, batting in the cleanup slot here today. A.J.'s most of the season hit out of the number 3 slot.
Yes, yep.
Bryce Dowell would be on deck. He's the one that had been leading off most of the season. Here's the first pitch right down the middle. And that ball, honestly, looked like it had nothing on it,
Yeah.
Brian. That's one that you probably would like to swing at.
That's right.
But I think we're trying to be maybe a little more patient right now. Here's the next pitch. This is swung on, and boy, that ball was up, and he's kind of jammed himself, and that ball goes down in the hands of the third baseman for out number 3, as Salk had about as easy to pop up the field as you could have.
It was pretty easy.
So Athenians in the bottom half of inning number 1 come up with no runs, no hits. They did have 1 runner left on base. At the end of 1 full, your Athenians trailed the Chargers by a score of 1-0. Well, let's check on the North Montgomery Crawfordsville softball game here, Brian, and it has the Chargers ahead by a score of 7-4 at the end of 2 innings.
Should be a battle there. And I know the North has won, their softball team's won 7 games. I mean, it's no big secret here that both North and Crawfordsville have struggled last few years, maybe even you could say several years,
Yes.
with getting wins. And we split with them last year, and that was Crawfordsville's lone win of the season. So these are obviously big games. It's county chase points, which really the battle for the county chase or the cup is between South and Crawfordsville. I think that stands at 43 to 40 right now. with
as it
Crawfordsville
did
in the lead.
last year. Crawfordsville knows South out last year, I believe.
Yep.
Very close. But,
Very close.
North was not to be seen last year, and I think they're trailing by quite a bit right now.
Yeah, I
actually.
think they are.
Well, Cale Weimer on for his second inning of work here, and hopefully we can get off to a little better start. That again, we referred to it early, but those leadoff walks are just not a good thing at any level, and maybe even a little worse at the high school
That's
level.
right. I think that percentage of that guy scoring is pretty high.
Leading off for the
But in any
Chargers,
case, here, look, he finished strong. Finished the first half or the first inning strong, and so he'll jump in here again.
Well, Corbin Meadows leads it off here in the second inning for the Chargers. Corbin playing right field. Weimer fires the fastball, fouled back into the net, and I think Mr. Wilson over here was dodging on that
He was
one.
getting out of the way. I saw it.
Now, I will have to clue him out. We not only have a net, but we've got plexiglass protecting us, so I think there's very little danger we'll have to field anything up here.
Yeah, I've noticed they built you a nice little booth here.
Here's a ball pop foul and back to the football bleacher area, and so quickly ahead on the count, 0-2. Weimer ready to go, working a fast pace here, staring it, getting the signal from AJ. Should be a pitcher's pitch here. This one's up, and it had him pretty well jammed there as Meadows really couldn't get around on that one. We've got a bit of a sunfield, Brian, that has been a factor a few times this
For
year.
sure.
Right field, and could influence second base, first base. Here's
Yeah.
the next pitch, and this is up high. 1 ball, 2 strikes, as well as the center fielder moving over to his left. Usually that kind of takes him out of the line of the sun, but if he turns and squares on it, it would still affect him.
It's going to be right there, at least at this time of the night.
Here's the next pitch. Again, Meadows doing a good job staying alive at the plate, fouling off the 2-strike offerings.
Yeah, he is up there battling for sure. Waiting for a ball to be thrown back in, and the others ended up on the track, so it's going to be a little while.
Well, I think we're not in my days. We're often referred to as the 2-ball league. So
Oh, my.
when 2 went out, you had a little pause.
You waited. Stop hitting fouls.
Here's a breaker. This doesn't break. It didn't really get out of the hand right there. You could probably call that a ball out of the hand, actually.
Yep.
And the count evens at 2-2. So an extended bat here by Meadows. Well, that same pitch, and I want to tell you, that one really didn't get out of the hand in time. And Weimer
He sailed it.
He looked over at the coach there like, maybe I ought to throw that one next
That's
time.
right.
You know, I don't know. But he really had his timing messed up on that. So we've got a full count here on Meadows. And that's down low, ball 4. So again, a leadoff walk. And, well, we got to credit Meadows for really staying in there with the 2-strike count
He
and
was.
fouling balls off until he could get to the walk. So that'll bring up the pitcher, Cade Cole.
Well, I think that tendency to overcorrect there, he sailed one over the catcher's head, and then he threw the next one low. You're just trying to figure out that control piece. Cale will get it. He's thrown well last couple times, really well last couple times out for sure.
Yeah. He's had a good season. Just
He
needs
has.
to get himself in the.
Yeah.
Coach Voorhees throwing a few signals, and there's a bunt, and it's right back to the pitcher. but nobody's covering second. I'm not.
Almost thought he could have gone there since it was right
Well,
back to the pitcher.
I'm not sure what happened there because that's got to be Jude's
yeah,
play
he was
to
going to
cover
third.
second. He was going to third.
He
so
was.
I'm not sure. I mean, he's got to be ready to cover third
Right.
if the third baseman comes in.
Yep.
But we really didn't have to go that far. His pitch was right back. So
Yep.
good sack there by Cole. Runner at second, one down. Here's the pitch, and that's taken for a strike. That's a breaking ball there
was.
to Roman Utterback. Utterback, the shortstop. Here's the next pitch, swung on and missed. Something off speed there, and Utterback way out ahead. So quickly 0-2. Again, Coach Voorhees running through some signals. I don't think we'll see much happening though on the butt or base around here. This is taking
nice
for strike
pitch.
three. Nice knee-high fastball.
Yeah.
And Utterback takes strike three looking, so two down now.
He painted the outside corner on that one, and
Yeah.
it was, yep, right spot.
Brooks Walters, the second baseman, steps in. Wearing number 13. Obviously, a young man not a victim of triskaidekaphobia.
That's right. 2 outs here. Runner on second base
Boy, there's
still.
a pretty good breaking ball that's down just a little bit.
Yep,
That's a great two-strike pitch for
that's
sure.
right.
Probably going to get the call sometimes anyway, but it looked maybe it was down a little bit. We got timeout at home plate. AJ, I think he had a question about what the pitch call was
Yep,
going to be.
and this
So,
is important at bat.
number 8 hitter, Brooks Walters.
Runner in scoring position.
Next pitch is down.
What year is Walters? This one. There are a couple of them on the team. If I,
Yeah, Walters is a senior.
he is a senior. Yeah, I think he swung a hot bat last year, as I recall. I don't know what he's done this year. We can look it up.
Well, I guess it's cool off. He's batting out of the 8th
I know.
slot,
That's what
know,
you
I
think,
mean,
right? Yep.
But anyway, he's way ahead on the count here, 3-0. We're going to breaking stuff here on Walters and not able to find a plate. And you know, if we've had command trouble, it has been for the most part with breaking pitches.
Yeah,
Here's
right.
a fastball right there. So the count goes 3-1. I mean, that's I can almost say that for at least 4 of our pitchers.
Yeah.
I don't think I've seen. Of course, Bryce Dow hasn't had that many innings.
No,
but
not yet.
his breaking ball, when I've seen him, has kind of been pretty good.
Yes.
Here's the next pitch, and that'll be down and ball 4. So now runners on first and second with 2 down, and they'll bring it Austin Salk, the number 9 hitter.
The third baseman, Austin Salk.
Puts a force in play.
It does. And,
Not awful.
But this is extremely big at bat right
It
here.
is.
You just don't want to turn the batting order here over here under any circumstance. This inning, I should.
Yeah, that's right. It's going to turn over, but you're right. We don't want to see it here in the top of the second.
First pitch ball. Here's the next pitch.
He went.
He tried to check his swing,
Yeah.
but plate umpire said he went too far, so the count evens 1 ball, 1 strike. Weimer ready to go, but batter's still out of the batter's box, now ready to go. Here's the pitch. That's going to be down. 2 balls, 1 strike.
As with any pitcher, but even with Kale, and just watch him throw, when he's getting ahead in the count, he is highly effective. So he's got to get that straightened out here, and he will.
That ball is outside. 3 balls and 1 strike. So Kale needs to work himself back into it right now. There's a pitch right there.
Yep.
Well, I'm not sure what Salk was doing because that was
It was.
I mean, like a right down the
strike.
middle.
Right.
You know, and
We know you're not swinging. I'm throwing a strike down the middle, and that's what he did.
kind of a little salesmanship going on up there,
Yeah.
but hopefully the umpire not having any part of it.
No,
Well,
he
runners
works
will be
against
on
you.
the go here, Brian. 3-2. Pitch to the plate, swung on, fouled back, and that's one of those dangerous ones.
Yeah, right.
No, it's safe. It's in the grassy area, not in the girls' ball diamond. So that's the one thing we get concerned about around here. We get some sizzlers over that.
They
way
do.
every
They make
once
their
in a
way
while.
over there.
Again, runners will be on the go. Weimer delivers. Ground ball in the hole, and that'll score a run. So credit number 9 hitter Austin Salk with a good at bat and an RBI, and the Chargers take a 2-0 lead.
Yeah, nice piece of hitting right there in that
First baseman Jared Kirsch.
Well,
5.5 hole.
we put
right?
ourselves in a position,
Right.
Brian, where we had to throw the ball over the plate, and we threw it right down the middle.
We did.
Just like the 3-1 pitch. The 3-2 that time was right down the middle. So that brings up Jared Kurtz now, a chance to really do some serious damage here. So Weimer in a jam. Pitch high. You know, I'm not sure what that pitch, that was not a fastball, by the way. I'm not
Nope.
sure what pitch it was because, again, it didn't come out of the hand right.
I think maybe it was the same one he sailed.
Here's a ball taken to the left side. That's going
that's
to
a blooper.
drop. That's going to score another Charger run. That was definitely a Texas leaguer, but
Yep.
they all count as Kurtz drops it in behind the third baseman, and that'll be a 3-0 lead for the Chargers.
The center fielder.
Those balls that just find their way in, that's frustrating for a pitcher because he made a good pitch there. Didn't get a lot of bat on it, but guess what?
Well,
It
you
landed
know, it
like
all
a
goes
green.
back, Brian, to the leadoff
Leadoff
walk.
walk.
And it's
Yeah.
it has hurt the Athenians a few times this year.
Yep.
Kids strike out a lot of batters, but when you put the leadoff guys on, that doesn't take a lot to score runs. Here's the first pitch to Ross Dyson that stays high. And again, not a fastball.
Now, think about how many times that small ball works. They bunted him over, they sacked him over, and then he scored.
Here's the ball right there. Inside part of the plate, strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 down. Top of inning number 2. Your Athenians down by a score of 3-0 here in a hurry. Here's a ball pop foul. Third baseman motes over, under, and has it for out number 3. So Dyson pops out to third to end the inning, but in the inning for the Chargers, they came up with another 2 spot up there, or a 2 spot, I should say, to add to the 1, and they lead it by a score 3-0.
No real solid hits there. That in like first inning didn't hit him hard, but dropped
No.
it in as we said.
Well,
It's comes back to leadoff walk, getting in a scoring position.
yeah, I mean, they swung the bat that inning. The first inning, really, it was a run scored on the double play, and really didn't have to hit the ball
Nope.
that much. But the Indians have put themselves in a bit of a hole here. But it's early. If you're going to get down, I guess you get down when you've got a lot of innings to come back.
That's right. Lots of bats left. Athenians have been hitting well. I know they scored 13 runs against North Putt on Friday night. Didn't score a bunch of runs. Hit well on Saturday,
Yeah.
but as you pointed out, we hit it right at West Lafayette. We went up to that game and we hit the ball well, but just right at people all day long. Ended up scoring 5 runs. Wyatt Motes clobbered one. Left fielder actually almost made a good play on it. Had to run a long way to get it. Didn't get it, but it came out of his glove.
Yeah.
And that gave us 3 runs off that play.
Softball, Athenians batting in the bottom of the third, I believe, but they trail it 9-4.
Leading off for your Athenians, the left fielder, Bryce Dowell.
All right, back to the baseball now, and that'll bring up Bryce Dowell for the Athenians. Bryce today batting out of the 5 slot and playing left field. Here's a pitch. Swung a long drive, left center field.
Go.
I don't think anybody's catching that one.
It's gone.
Wow. A home run. Bryce Dow.
Clobbered that ball.
Really, no doubt in that. He had no help.
Yeah.
We had one day out here, Brian. We had several home runs. That was a tournament day, and but the wind was blowing out.
Yes.
Crazy. It was, got a big fly ball was going to go out. Not so today.
No.
Bryce had to put the power on it, and he did just that.
That's right.
So Athenians on the board.
That's Bryce's second home run of the season, too.
Yeah, he now takes the lead.
He does. It's a good way to get that goose egg off the scoreboard.
All right, Cale Weimer at the plate. Cale, I think it's maybe had 4 hits in the last 2 games, I believe. Here's a breaker called ball 1. Well, Athenians, this would be a great inning to, have the bottom of the order pick things up. Here's the ball right there for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike. Nobody down. Cale Weimer at the plate. Athenians trailing 3-1, bottom of the second.
Yeah, Cale's having a great year. You pointed that out. He's actually improved his average to 367.
Here's the next pitch, a strike.
And he's batted well all year. I mean, I've noticed that, but he really has gotten hot lately.
I was going to say, he started good and then slowed up
Yep.
a bit, and now he's come back swinging the bat pretty
He
well.
also was sick last week. He missed a couple days of school and missed a game against Webo.
Yeah.
Which we took a little bit of a surprising loss there.
Well, it was his start.
That's right.
It was his start, and he was sick, so.
And he was really
those
sick.
things make a difference.
It does.
We had the same thing. Cale Corsi, here's the pitch outside for ball 3.
Yeah.
Cale Corsi last year goes down in the second half of the season.
That's
and,
right.
I mean, really, not just pitching, but really made a difference on our offense. Our offense really began to slump.
It did.
And we'd started to slump a little bit, but this last weekend especially picked it up.
Yeah.
3-2. That's outside. Ball 4. So Weimer, patient batter, and gets down to first base.
Nobody out.
So we'll look at it in the positive term, Brian, and say the tying run comes to the plate.
That's right.
In the form of Caden Underwood.
Caden also having a really good senior year. Big number 4. Yep. Courtesy runner Isaac Rogers goes in to run. Another senior in the Athenian lineup, but Caden Underwood's in there. He's batting .269 on the season. But again, another kid that has stepped up and hit here, especially recently.
Yeah. Well, he did pretty good down south. Oh, boy, we about got caught leaning the wrong way over there.
Didn't expect that first pitch throw over.
Well, we have a pinch runner we should mention over there at first, and that I believe is Rogers.
It is, Isaac.
And Isaac he's got a lot of exercise running bases this year, for sure.
He's scored a lot of runs.
Yes, he has. Yes, he has. There's a breaking ball that stays way wide. So, Coach Boat's running through the signals down there. We might decide to get a little patient here.
Yeah. See if we can up that pitch count a little bit.
Squares the bunt, and he bunts. It's a very good bunt. Up with it on to first base, and he drops the ball. And that'll be safe at first, and we go ahead and take third on alert base running by Rogers.
Yeah, the throw took the first baseman into the path.
Well, we're going to have to probably give the air on the throw because the throw really caused the problem. Even though I did hit him glove, it's got to go as a sacrifice, however, for Underwood.
Yeah.
And I'm going to call it an E1.
Yep. Throw took him right into the base path.
Yep. So Athenians now with a tying run on first base, nobody out, and Caden. We got we got these duplicate names here. We got Cadens and Cadens and Cale, and they don't spell their name the same
That's
way.
Right.
Old guys like me could get confused. Anyway,
I get it.
I guess I know them well enough. I can look at them without reading print. First and third. I don't know that we think about stealing here, but here's the pitch, and this is taken for a strike. Looks like on the outer half of the plate, about knee high. Caden Patton has got some big hits for the Athenians this season.
He has at key moments. He's kind of stepped in there when he needed it.
early he was, having a little more trouble with contact, but he's done better as of late for sure. Here's the pitch taken away. Count evens, 1 ball, 1 strike. Farley on deck.
Caden's average is up to 288, and really he has put some points. He's increased his average here recently, especially.
Yeah. A lot of room in right center field, and he's hit a few balls out to the way. That's the reason I mentioned that.
Kind of his spot.
Here's the pitch. That's a breaker that's way away. 2 balls, 1 strike.
Nice job by Braun getting out there. Probably saved a run.
Well, mentioned a while ago, I said we didn't want to turn our batting order, or their batting order.
That's
but
right.
now we've got the situation where the Athenians have a chance to get back up to the top of. Underwood runs well, but he is not a burner, and probably in some cases, Athenians have the bases loaded, nobody out here. Still down by 2 runs, though. The important damage yet to be done. So, Dylan Farley. Dylan, he's done a pretty good job of putting the ball in play. He's another one of those guys that knowing that if the batter strikes out and catcher drops the ball, the batter's out, and the runners can't take off,
That's right.
which we've seen happen.
That's right. Less than 2 outs, 2 outs, and you're...
Like it's gotten a little wider maybe, but it's still a hittable ball. But if he throws a breaker that starts then you got, that's what makes the hitter chase there. And that's what he throws. But Jude's not having any part of it. Count evens 1-1. If Jude will stay off of that pitch, we got a great opportunity here for a real success.
Real discipline. He does not strike out much.
No.
He's selective.
This pitch up and away. 2 balls, 1 strike. Well, one thing we've done right now already, we know that we've caused Cole a long, stressful inning, a lot of pitches.
Yep.
But he's still in the driver's seat in one sense. Here's the pitch. That ball is on the outside corner, and it is even counted 2-2. Boy, I tell you, this is tough on Jude because you're almost sure he's going to see another breaker right here.
Yep. That's what's coming.
There it was, and he swings and misses, and the pitch way off the plate. Yeah, that's tough going, but credit to pitcher. He's making the right pitch, and we're just not able to stay off of it. All right. Wyatt Moats at the plate, 2 down. Bases.
Cole does have a perfect. These are 2 good pitchers here. We're going to see from 4 really good pitchers from both schools.
Here's a pitch. Breaker way away.
He did throw a perfect game earlier, though. Earlier in the season against Danville.
1 ball, no strikes. Sacks packed with Athenians. Here's the pitch. Swung on, foul back to the net. He had a good cut at that one. The ball looked to be in the strike zone, and just didn't square it up. But now I'd be surprised if we don't see the breaker again.
That's right. Wyatt leading hitter on the Athenians at .452.
Yeah. Here's a pitch down and away.
Good discipline right there.
That ball was outside as well as being down. But had Wyatt leaning way out there.
He wasn't sure.
Now here's a maybe. This is a maybe pitch here. You don't want to go down 3-1, but that ball is on the outside corner, fastball, and Wyatt thought it was outside. So 2-2 count here. I'm sure that Cole does not want to go full, but he'll throw a breaker here, I think. Here's the pitch. Here's the ground ball off the middle. Off of the pitcher. He's not going to get anybody here.
Nope.
And the Athenians score run number 2.
Hit it hard right back up the middle. Cole reacted well, but did not field it cleanly.
Well, we've got some guys that got some wheels.
Yes.
And I want to tell you, Moach can run.
He might be the quickest.
I think you're right. So that goes a base hit and an RBI.
Bring us a run closer to tying this thing up.
3-2 ball game. We're still in the bottom of the 2nd inning here, and Sacks still loaded with Athenians. And that brings up Cale Coursey. Cale playing second base today. Brother middle infield with brother Jude at short and Cale working at second.
Already a double play to their credit tonight.
Well,
Coursey to Coursey.
this is I think Cale is still over 400 in his batting average.
He is actually.
Here's a fastball taken for a strike.
He is number 2 on the team, 449. So he and White are really close. And actually, yeah.
Yeah, White's actually slipped down. He was not too long ago over 500.
He was. That's hard to maintain.
Here's a ball taken to right side. I don't think
play.
anybody's got to play there. No, it's out of play. But, of course, he's down on the count now, 0-2. And, you know, I wouldn't – well, you just can't guess.
Yeah.
Now you got to – but you know, in his head, he's watched what's happened. He's got to be thinking breaking ball, so you can't get surprised with a fastball here.
Well, he's in there pretty tight on that plate.
Yeah, he is. Well, he should be. We should
That's
be.
Right. We need to move up in there.
Here's the pitch. That's down in the dirt. The ball's loose, but not far enough for anybody to advance. Underwood down at third, though. He represents a tying run. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Cale Coursey was one of the biggest bats of the season for him right here. Here's the pitch. That ball's outside. That Chargers fans may be wanting that one. They say, well, it was outside. But, you know, if you're standing off to the side, you can't tell.
No.
I mean, you knew the height was right. And
Yep.
So 2-2 now. Pitch to Coursey. Line drive in right there. That'll score a run. Around third coming in with the lead run. And the Athenians take the lead. And runners on first and third. Cale Coursey with a beautiful job of hitting, going with the ball to right field, and the Athenians lead it 4-3.
Great piece of hitting right there. 2 strikes, right? Hit behind his runners, and did exactly what you're supposed to do, especially in that situation. So senior leader stepping up in a big moment.
And well, Moats with his wheels, wheel on right to third.
Yeah.
And we get a loose ball here. It doesn't have to get too far away from home. He can come in the cheap way. Anyway, that'll bring up A.J. Hall, and A.J. popped out to third his first time. Kind of jumped at a ball that I think was out of the zone, maybe a little bit too anxious. But he is the number 9 hitter for the team.
He is. That's great.
So, really tough inning here for Cole, and Athenians have a chance to do more damage. We've taken the lead 4-3.
Well, I'd like to take advantage of those base runners out there right now because we got one just 90 feet away.
Should be running here probably. Not now, though. We take the first pitch up. A little surprised at that. I mean,
I don't think they throw down.
Of course, he runs well, and if they throw down, we're going to score for sure.
We are.
So let's see what we got. Well, we're still stationed. A swing and a miss on the fastball. I'm not even sure it was a fastball.
I don't think it was.
If it was, he took a little something off
did.
of it, which may have been. You don't see that as much in baseball now, but guys used to just kind of take a little off of a regular fastball and throw the timing off. He's leaning at first base this time. Nope. Here's a breaker, and that's in there for strike 2. So A.J. down on the count, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Coach Moats running through the signals over there. Here's a pitch. Here's a sucker run, and they're not throwing, so. Yeah, I kind of wondered,
if he try to draw a throw.
Not sure what. Well, no, but they just couldn't throw down.
Right.
So I was wondering kind of why we didn't go early. But anyway, we're there now, and that's what counts. And now Mr. Hall is the man of the moment right now. Runners at second and third, 2 down. 2-2 count. Deuces wild. Here's the pitch. Line drive, left center field. Left fielder cannot get there in time. That will score 2 more runs for the Athenians, and they lead it by a score of 6-3. And we're going to have to use another column in the scorebook here, Brian.
I always like that when it happens on that score sheet.
There we go. Nice job of hitting there. Again, going the other way, Brian.
Great job out of A.J. Hall. Again, another senior stepping up in a big moment with 2 outs.
Absolutely.
And he also had 2 strikes. Just went with the pitch. So now we got another, this time it's courtesy runner. I believe it's Javier Resto out there.
Yeah, Resto on first base now.
Yep. Another senior jumping in the lineup here, doing his job, fulfilling his role, just like Isaac Rogers did.
Oop.
Thought he was leaning.
He's a little exciting out there on the bases. He's got really good wheels, but sometimes it's a little problem is when to go and
Right.
whoa, you know. But here's our home run hitter, first at bat, and let's not be swinging too hard here now, Bryce. Here's the pitch. Breaking ball catches the outside corner. Athenian fans are really giving this umpire a hard time because those pitches are frankly a little bit off the plate.
They are.
That happens a lot in high school baseball. And
he's calling it very consistently now.
yes, he is.
This
Throw over to
inning.
first and wrestle back in time. So Bryce Dow started this inning with a home run, and he really started something, didn't he, Brian?
I think so. I think he only saw one
Here's
pitch.
the pitch. Ground ball third. Big hop for the third baseman. On to first base. Out number 3. But in the inning, your Athenians come up with 6 runs on 4 hits, and they had 2 runners left on base.
Big inning right there. Some big at-bats, moved runners. I think we just left Resto on, right? That's the only runner we
Yeah, I
left
think
on,
I
so
said
that's pretty
2 on, but
efficient.
it was only 1.
Yeah.
And so Dow bats twice. His first result was a lot better than the.
That's right. He's only 500 in that inning.
But I'm looking. It was bigger than a home run, Brian, because of the psychological effect.
Yeah, right.
And,
we can get to him, right?
I don't know how many pitches Cole threw.
Yeah.
But it's a bunch.
It's a bunch.
So now it's up to Mr. Weimer to get a little more consistent with his control and kind of take charge out there on the mound.
Yep.
Again, the line score after 2 full innings of play for the Chargers, they have 3 runs on 3 hits and no errors. And I would contest that because I think the one play was an error at first base.
I would agree.
But anyway, the Athenians have 6 runs, 5 hits, and no errors. So, Brian, listen, I'm going to turn it over to you.
Well, it's dangerous, but
you're in pretty good shape here, and just keep adding on here.
okay.
That is,
Try to get this done. Yeah. Let's just keep adding to it and keep those Chargers off the scoreboard. Maybe we can shut them out for an inning here. Be a good goal. Yeah, Weimer stepping in for his 3rd inning in this game. 3rd inning of work. First 2, we'd like to change this up right now. A.J. Hall throws the ball down to Jude Coursey. We don't want to put that leadoff batter on base. So always nice to get that first out here. DH Noah Hopkins is up first here, wearing number 30. Noah is a junior. Says he pitches some. I've not seen any stats for him there. Also plays utility. So my guess is he's in there primarily to hit. Or he's on that team primarily to hit. First pitch in there for a strike. So good start for Weimer to get ahead as he's battling here in the top of the 3rd. Fastball outside off the plate and probably a little bit low too. Evens the count up at 1-1 for Hopkins. And there he swings at that one, pops it up to right field. Caden Patton's underneath it, and he makes the play. Records the first out, so there we go. I didn't want to jinx us. I'm never sure what the broadcasting jinx is, but we did not put the first batter on base, and I think that's significant. Just get that first out. And I will say it gets tougher here at John Froch Field as the later it gets, that sun works its way down. So just coming off the bat, it's hard to pick up. Nice pitch, fastball. It's Dylan Braun up for the Chargers. Is it not right?
No,
that was Hopkins that just batted.
Yep.
Yep, and Braun is...
Flew out to center field.
Yep, flew out to center field last time.
No, I'm sorry. He's the one that hit a double play.
Okay.
Yeah. Can't read my own writing there. Good pitch. You know,
Really nice pitch.
You know
Good
what?
fastball
He's
right
had
there.
2 fastballs that I think early he wasn't getting that call.
You're right. It was
those 2 were
same spot.
right down on
I
the
thought we were going to
knee
call
level.
there, but it's a
Yeah,
1-2
I mean-
count. So he is ahead. Yeah, it's
Oh, I blew him away.
he did strike 3. So we'll talk about this just briefly. But how big is it to get a lead for the pitcher? You get out there and you
Well,
get
it's like the home run we hit to lead
Yeah.
that inning. Psychologically, it just changes.
Yeah, hitting's
things out there.
contagious.
I get to feel a little bit good out
right.
there, you know.
Yep.
It doesn't mean you're out of it, but it
No,
sure
right.
changes the middle part of it, no question.
So third batter, 2 outs now for the Athenians as Corbin Meadows steps in, hitting from the left side of the plate. Big junior wearing number 16 for the Chargers.
You know
and
what?
Weimer ahead again.
You know, we got the wrong batter. I'm going to have to
This is Meadows.
correct this here. It's 16.
Yep,
Okay.
yep, you're good.
I was looking at 15.
Okay.
Okay.
15 just got done.
15 and 16 back,
Yep.
yeah, right, exactly.
15 struck
yeah, I looked
out.
at on the back there, and all I could see with the waves,
Yes.
waving.
Yep.
So that's 15. So anyway,
You're
right.
set.
You're right on.
it. It's Corbin Meadows. Yep. Count evens up at 1-1. Nice pitch there by Weimer with fastball, and Meadows chases. 1-2's the count, so he has been ahead every hitter this inning. Gotten ahead in the count. Great job by Weimer. He's throwing a little bit harder too, I think. We don't know his velocity. There is a ground ball right to Corsi. Charges. Nice play by Jude Corsi.
Drop the ball.
Yep. Throws a little bit up the line. He had to stretch there, but we want our first baseman to come up with that play, of
Yeah.
course. Great play by Corsi, though. Let's not miss that. But he charged
Really
hard,
was.
played the short hop. Tough play.
Well, the boards.
It's
I
doing.
don't know who the board gave the air to. They flashed the air.
Yep.
I've got to make my first baseman's got to catch
Yeah,
that.
right.
I mean, you're right. It stretched him, but
It did.
it's in the glove.
Yeah, right. If it hits the glove, we expect just kind of the Athenian way there. You want that play to be made, of course. Hey, he's ahead in the count again here, 0-1.
Hey, that's good. We're making air. He comes right back.
That's
throws it,
right.
Fires the ball right in.
This is Cole. He's sack bunted his first time up. So 2 outs here for the Athenians. Weimer just pitching. He's just pitching different this inning. There, he did not get that low one. That fastball is low. Evens the count up at 1-1. Meadows at first base, being held on by Underwood. 2 outs.
Yeah, he kind of
Held on that one a little too
stumbled
long there.
a
Yep.
little bit there on his ball there.
Yep. Ball 2. First time he's been behind in the count this inning, though. But Weimer will come back here and make this pitch again. Cade Cole batting, pitcher for the Chargers. There's a nice pitch
Well, that's trouble.
right down the middle, and
Maybe.
oh, nice diving play,
Yeah.
but he just couldn't come up with it. That's KP, Caden Patton out there.
Yeah, that was base hit all the way.
Yeah.
But, good effort out there.
Yeah, I thought he was going to come up with that play, similar to one that Farley made, but couldn't quite get there. So that will be recorded as a base hit. Moves the runner to third base. I thought that was Meadows. Yeah, that's Meadows at third base. Cade Cole is at first, so Chargers have runners on first and third with 2 outs here. And number 2, the shortstop, Roman Utterback, stands in.
Yeah, he struck out looking his first at bat. Athenians probably what this is about. Are we going to play on the guy at first? They
Yeah.
got a first and third. Will they, with 2 outs, will they go ahead and try to run? They could try to run a sucker play if they want to do that here, but see what they think. That's a nice strike.
Strike
That's
1 there, fastball. Outside part of the plate, but right at knee level for no 1 count. Weimer ahead again.
Heads up. I wouldn't be surprised to see a bunt in this situation. Not so. Oh boy.
So that pitch, we might have a play at the plate, but he is in there safe. That's Meadows sliding in head first on the wild pitch.
Yeah.
Makes the score 6-4. assume that run is unearned, or is that the... We made the play at first, right?
Yeah, it's unearned. Because of the error.
Yeah,
He was
right.
on an error.
2-1. Count goes to 2-1 on Utterback. Cole has moved down to second base.
There we
Here's a
go.
fastball. Popped it up.
That's a
It's
foul
in
ground.
foul.
All right, he hung. Good job.
Tracked it. He hung in there.
Underwood had to reverse course, but hung with it.
Mile high.
That's
Yeah.
big. That's a big out. I mean, hey, we gave him one. We hate to see that,
Yep.
but one
So,
could have been worse.
It could have been worse,
And
yeah.
we give the batter a second chance there, and
well, without the wild pitch, they don't score, right?
I was going to go back to the error play.
Yeah. Coach Welver has a visitor here up in our booth. So after 2.5 innings of play, here's we head to the bottom of the third. Athenians lead 6-4. There's an error and a wild pitch that allowed another run to come in for North Montgomery. Athenians will get ready to bat here and see if they can add to their lead. Just running through some of the order. Cole's actually the leading hitter for North Montgomery at 367 on the season, according to Max Preps. Kirsch close behind there at 350. Braun at 339 and Walters at 323. Dyson also hits over 300. He bats 316 on the season, and then Meadows right at 300. So lots of guys who can hit the ball well in the Charger lineup, and right now they have 4 hits. Athenians are at 5 hits. The score is 6-4 in favor of Crawfordsville. Give you a quick update on the softball score. Athenians trail by 3. It's 9-6 in the top. Looks like top of the 5th inning. Chargers lead 9-6. Cale Weimer up to the plate, swings at the first pitch, and that will be strike 1. So Cole gets ahead in the count, 0-1.
I was glad I didn't get that job over there. Well, actually, I might have, but before that happened.
Pitch is low and outside for a ball to even the count up at 1-1.
Central, nobody knows it but you now, and if you're in the job, you better get over here. So
Last time up, I was looking to see what Weimer did there. There's strike 2, called strike.
well, hey, listen,
Counts 1 and 2 to Cole as Weimer leadoff hitter here for the Athenians.
110% kind of guys.
There's the pitch from Cole, and that is outside. Weimer does not chase it, so evens the count up at 2-2.
First base coach was my son, my oldest son.
Last time up, Weimer walked. Actually, that's right. He did a great job.
That's my son-in-law.
He followed Dow's home run with a walk.
We still got a lot of fans.
There is ball 3. Count goes full. As we said, Cole threw a lot of pitches last inning.
Yeah, you got that right. Yeah. Well, Ryan, thanks for coming out. I appreciate it.
Oh, and there is a strike thrown. Weimer swings. That ball's lifted into left field, and the play is made out there by number 22. That's Thomas LaFoon, senior outfielder for the Chargers. Records the first out of the inning. So got an F7. Got an F7 for Weimer in the third inning. Bottom of the third inning. Be nice to at least score with North Montgomery, right? Like
Absolutely.
Let's at least tie the inning, if not win it. We prefer to win it. Pitch from Cole's outside over the outside part of the plate, called a strike. 0-1 is the count now that Underwood faces. It's that ball right back up the middle.
Yeah.
Shortstop's going to play, and he can't make it.
If that ball got down one more time, it gives you a lead. But by the way, I wanted to
do or die,
that was
right?
kind of a tough play too.
That's right.
Not as tough as a play
No.
that Jude made, and
Jude had the high hop.
complete.
Yeah.
But again, that's a stress play.
Yeah. But it's do or die, right? He's going to make the play, or that's what's going to happen right there. He's able to knock it down.
Well, did they charge an error there?
They did.
They did. I put down a base hit.
I would think it's a hit,
But you could go. I mean,
Yep.
yeah, I don't have an argument with that. Of course, I don't know what the Athenian home book.
That's right. What they recorded. Yep. There's ball one to KP, Caden Patton, with Underwood at first base. Kind of a medium lead down there being held on. Cole looks over. He's going to throw over, and Underwood back, no problem.
Yeah, not much of a lead there by
No.
Underwood anyway. So
About a step, so.
as many pitches that young man threw last inning, I'd say save it if he's not got any more than that.
Yeah.
Probably not stealing here anyway.
One down for the Athenians. There's a foul ball. That one will head over to the softball field. Evens the count up at 1-1. Did it make it to the softball
It
field?
did indeed. It hit in foul ground between first base and the Charger dugout.
Yeah, we keep heading right toward that Charger dugout. One out here. One ball, one strike. Underwood down at first base. KP stands in with the breaking ball, and he hits it right to third base. Would be a double play ball, and it
Got
is
it,
going
too.
to be.
Yeah.
Yep. Cade Cole with the pitcher's best friend there to get out of a little bit of a jam. At least a base runner on.
No runs on one hit. There were no
We had one hit that inning.
left.
Pretty easy play there for the Chargers, which gets us right out of the inning. So we end the third inning with a 6-4 score as we head to the top of the fourth inning, and the Weimer out here for his fourth inning worth of work. Quick update on softball. Score still stays at 9-6. Chargers are batting here in the top of the fifth with one out. So, Dan, as we said, a big week here. We started talking about this a little bit more, but just in conference action here to really determine the conference. You look at Crawfordsville and North, obviously playing each other this week, and then Crawfordsville has Frankfort next week, who is always dangerous, probably in fourth place, I think, in the conference, or tied for fourth. But always dangerous, good pitching there. And North Montgomery has Tri-West, who obviously is having a season that at least I didn't expect. Maybe others did who followed the conference a little more closely last year. But
Mentioned Frankfort, and I believe Frankfort has wins over Lebanon and these Chargers.
that's right, and Tri-West.
And Tri-West.
Gave Tri-West their only loss.
And so you can see they can beat anybody
That's
in the conference.
right.
You know
That's
that.
exactly right.
Yeah.
Leading off for the Chargers is second baseman Brooks Walters.
Brooks Walters leads off for North Montgomery. Playing second base tonight. Stands in to face Weimer here, starting the top of the fourth inning.
Tough inning last inning, really, even though we gave up only one run. I say only, but shouldn't have been any.
Yeah.
And the thing was, we made Cale throw quite a few extra pitches.
Yeah, that's right. Should have been out of that inning.
Yeah, he was going to be out. He was going to be out 1, 2, 3.
That's right.
With a very minimum amount of pitches.
Yeah, and we did not even jinx him there by saying that. So strike one on the fastball right at knee level. Weimer with pitch number 2, swinging and missing on that is Walters. Makes it 0-2. Weimer way ahead here on the count. You know where this one's going. Nobody on with an 0-2 count.
Might be an up fastball, though.
Yeah, it was.
Well, we got to play.
Of course, he fields it, and he's on to first base to record the out. Oh, the way that umpire brought his hands together, I thought he was getting. Did you see that?
Yeah.
Indication, I thought he was going to call him safe. I couldn't figure out what was going on. He was clearly out by a step.
He's trying to keep everybody in suspense.
That's right. He's making it exciting,
It's like
adding some drama.
we had one umpire here. I don't know where you were for the game, but a super delayed strike call.
Yes, I remember that.
I mean, you could count to 5 before the
That's
right
right.
hand went up. You know?
I was never quite sure. We were actually watched that from the outfield stands because we were watching baseball and softball, and I was on pins and needles waiting for the call to be made. So foul tip, strike 1. This is Austin Salk batting in the 9 spot,
Yeah, I didn't get his.
playing third base here.
I'm not sure what he did do. He got on base.
He got a base hit.
That's right.
Yeah,
They had
a
back.
big hit.
Yeah.
We were
Yeah.
hoping to not turn the lineup over, and we ended up doing that.
Yeah, they had back to back.
Yep. 0-2's the
Nice
count here.
pitch.
Oh, beautiful pitch there. Really, really close, at least from our perspective
Yeah,
up
well-
here. Just enough outside. I don't think we've seen that call, but that's ball
I was going
one.
to say I've seen pitches that were further outside called strike.
Yep.
I mean I can't tell you about the height from here.
Yeah. There it
Oh,
is.
nice pitch. Took something off of it, had him on the head.
Strike 3. Nice strikeout there from Weimer. 2 outs in the inning, and it does bring up first baseman Jared Kirsch. I'm sure we will see on the bump tomorrow night.
I mentioned that last inning. I mean, because the pitch count is very important. We would like for
Yeah.
Weimer, I know, to go all 7 here.
Yep.
He had to be in pretty good shape, but those extra pitches last
They
inning
matter, don't they?
could end up hurting him.
Right.
But let's see if we can get this third
Yeah,
one
be
here.
really efficient here. 0-1 to Kirsch there on the swing and miss.
Boy,
And again from Weimer, nice pitch.
Kurt's big swing.
Yep.
But, he had a base hit to left field last time.
He did. I
That
told you.
swing there, it looks like he's trying to pull the ball over the right field
It
fence.
looked like it. Yeah, he hits 350 on the year, so he hits well. We know that. And there it is, strike 3. Painted the inside corner. It was right there too.
Froze him on the inside
Yeah.
corner. Great pitch.
Nice job by Weimer. 2 strikeouts in that inning. And first out was Corsi to Underwood. So a little 4-3 action closes out the top half of the inning of the 4th inning. Athenians still lead 6-4.
Well, I believe I have 4 strikeouts down for Kale, and that's 1 an inning.
Yeah.
And he's probably actually averaged a little more than that on the season. Did I miss one?
No, that's right on. But it all happened, in the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th inning. That inning, obviously, he recorded 2 strikeouts there with the bottom and the top of the order. So, yep, well done. It's going to bring Farley will be up for the Athenians here as we get ready for the bottom of the 4th.
Well, 9-1 and 2, and we hope many more here, and put a little bigger gap in that lead.
Yeah, we batted 4 batters in the 1st inning and just 3 batters in our last inning in the 3rd. So it'd be nice to keep Cole out there a little longer.
I believe the air total was 1 for each team.
It was.
And now I notice they've taken the Chargers error off the board out
which
there.
They must have heard our broadcast on that.
Well,
I don't think it was there. I wouldn't have
after I
heard that.
saw them flash the E up there, I put a question mark after mine.
Okay.
I had it marked
You
for
at least
base hit.
question yourself.
And, well, I didn't really question myself. I was just giving them a little bit of credit.
That's right.
Somebody thought maybe it was an error, right?
Tough play. Dylan Farley up for the Athenians here, senior center fielder. Again, has come up with some key hits.
A little scouting here, third base in on the grass. And that has been, he's had some good bunts, but that has been his,
Well, you got to run a strike,
he
right?
will,
Yeah.
he just
He reached
will
for a high
have
one.
a hard time letting the pitch go when he sees the bunt signal, no matter where the pitch is.
That's right. It's not
It's not a squeeze.
squeeze play. All right. Pitch on the outside at the knees, called, I thought that was called a strike. Yeah,
Yeah, it was.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Behind with the scoreboard, so I was doubting myself. And there he swings at the breaker for the first out of the inning there. Brings up leadoff hitter Jude Corsi. What's Jude done tonight? I know last time was a strikeout.
Yeah, he grounded out to second the first
Yeah.
at bat, so he's 0 for 2, so he is due.
Well, Jude bust out a little mini slump here. See if he can find some green or find a hole in that infield. There's a breaking ball that stays up and ball one.
Well, I think one important thing here, we need to extend Cole here a little bit.
That's
on his
right.
Pitches this inning. Boy.
Strike on the outside corner. Evens the count up at 1-1.
Watching some
Fans.
Athenian fans react to the calls down here.
It's a big strike zone. There's a breaking ball, and of course he puts it in play. Diving play by the third baseman from his knees. Ball gets by him.
Good job of running.
Yeah, of course he, with some wheels, gets to second base on the tough throw from the third baseman. That was Salk.
I call that a
From his
hit in
knees.
there.
Yeah, I would agree with you. Hitting the infield, he's safe on that, and then
They've got to see they've got to put air up on that because
Yeah.
we got an extra base on
that's
the throw.
right. There was an error involved, but it's not on the hit. That's a base hit. That brings up third baseman Wyatt Modes batting in the 2 spot.
Well, important to get that guy to second base
Yeah,
there
he's in
too. So
In scoring position, that's a big deal with 1 out.
now White, patient here, get a good pitch.
So with
He's
the
gonna beat
breaking
it out.
ball,
He's
but
gonna
he'll
beat
be
it
there. Yep, there's not going to be a play even. Big stretch there. He hit
Yeah.
that up the middle. Big
Yeah.
stretch for Utterback.
Yeah, even if Utterback got the ball in the glove, he
He's not
wasn't
going
going
to
to
get
throw
it.
him out.
No. Wyatt moves well down the line. That ball wasn't hit super hard either. That also
No.
helps.
No, he
Right up the middle.
He was way out in front on
Yeah.
that one, and of course we get all the way around to third too. That doesn't hurt anything.
If Wyatt will, as you said, be patient. If he swings a good pitch, it's going to be a hit. I mean, just nearly every time. But it's hard to be patient. It's easy to say that from up here. So runners at first and third.
Corsi.
Kale up a chance to get another RBI or two here.
Great hit last time up to right field. Line drive. Called timeout.
I don't think we're going to delay on this one.
Yeah, with those wheels. We think that
Well,
Motes will be down at second base.
we just can't get caught in some kind of a fake here. but
Yep.
They can't throw down and get him out.
No, they won't get him out, and if they do that, of course he'll run and score, and there's the fake bunt. That ball's going to get by. There's going to be no play anyway.
Exactly. Right call. Yeah.
Yep.
Definitely a fake.
Yeah,
And that's a good play. I like to call that.
I do too. Protects base runner a little bit.
Sure does. You know, in the old
It actually
days,
does a lot of
in
things.
the old days, we actually swung through pitches to
Okay.
protect
Right.
the runner. But don't see that anymore.
No, you're right.
Well, not intentionally.
Yeah. A missed hit and run or something. So here we go now. Runners at second and third. Motes and Corsi.
Good job.
Pitch is outside, and Kale holds up there. I guess I have to be a little more specific. That's Jude Corsi down at third. Wyatt Motes at second. And Kale Corsi up with a 1-1 count and just 1 out. Bottom of the 4th inning. Cade Cole still pitching for the Chargers.
Ooh,
And there's that outside one, and he called it. He's been pretty consistent recently on that. Makes the count 1-2. Again, Athenian fans voicing their displeasure on that call, but I will say he's called it several times now.
well, the people I'm watching, the people
Yeah.
that got really the right
We
angle
can't
to
see
see
it.
it,
Yeah.
and they're distraught, to
Yeah.
say the least.
Brecker goes outside. He leaves it outside. Of course, he leaves it out there, so that's 2-2. Of course, he needs to stand in there ready to hit because, as you pointed out earlier, he's not going to want to take the count full. Be somewhere close to the zone. Braun sets up on the outside part of the plate, and he does throw it outside.
Way out.
Yep. Seeing if, of course, he would chase.
Well, some people say here, you got an open base.
Yeah.
You still don't want to give him.
Well, you got
fat
an base
ones,
with a
so-
hot hitter. I mean, a guy who can
Yeah.
put it in play and hit for extra bases. I'm not going to give him a good pitch.
They
And there it
didn't.
is. Nope.
They didn't.
Yeah. Unintentional, intentional walk.
It looked that way. It sure
He
looked
didn't get anything close. So that loads the bases up for number 8, A.J. Hall. Had a big hit last time as well.
That's really important. Be patient.
Pitch selection.
AJ's a good hitter and,
Yeah.
and usually does a good job, but when he gets the RBI situation, sometimes it gets a little antsy, gets a little over aggressive, and he needs to get a good pitch here.
He does.
That's good.
There's a breaker in
That's
there
good
for
pitch
strike
the pitcher.
one.
That was a good pitch not to swing it.
That's right. Not his best pitch to hit, so don't swing at it.
Actually, as a left-handed hitter, though, I love to hit that pitch.
Yep,
I'm
right.
honest about it.
Coming right into you.
Yeah. Well, it's so slow you can pick it up so early.
Yeah. There it is again. That one stays outside to A.J. Hall. Senior stepping in with a 1-1 count. Bases loaded. Got
Yeah,
two Corsies and a Moats on.
need to get this ball in play here.
Ball's inside and low. Taking for ball 2.
4 more inches, and we can take a net for the team.
Yeah. He was standing in there. AJ is not afraid, and he's been hit several times this year.
Oh, catchers can't be afraid.
That's right. They're used to it, aren't they? Get beat up the whole game on both sides. Here's a pitch from Cole.
That hit him. Hit him.
Yep. That'll force in a run. Jude Corsi scores, adds to the Athenian lead, makes it 7-4 on the hit by pitch, and that'll be Javier Resto coming in to run for A.J. Hall.
Javi Resto.
Bryce Dow steps in. Bryce out with a home run tonight, and then a ball hit to the third baseman.
Oh, here's another guy that is really aggressive. And
Yep.
again, in this situation, he wants to hit, and sometimes we'll chase it out the zone. So he needs to be patient here. This guy doesn't really throw the ball hard enough to throw it by you. So you can be patient.
That's right.
See that ball a little better.
That ball, fastball outside. Dow doesn't chase, so it's a 1-0 count.
Here we got
And
a little visit on the mound. And
timeout. Yep.
Well, I would think a big hit here, and Cole would be close to going out of the ball game.
I would think.
I mean, I
See-
the score's still not, we're not gapped that far, but
Yep.
a big hit here is going to bring in at least 2.
Right.
And that's a pretty nice gap.
That's
I mean, we still got 3 innings to play. We don't want to get to celebrating here too much, but we're in a good spot here to kind of break it open.
Yeah.
At least mini
An
break it.
opportunity. That's right. Good place in the lineup here with Dow, and I know he is aggressive, but boy, I think he's seeing the ball well tonight.
Oh, well, he can hurt a ball that's out of the zone,
That's
actually,
right.
but his eye-hand coordination is really good. But also sometimes it causes him to pop
Yeah.
the ball up, and we don't want to pop up here.
No,
One thing, I'll take a
that's about
ground
the
ball.
only thing we don't want. Yeah, right.
I mean, they could turn a double play on a ground
They
ball.
could,
but
he's pretty quick,
And
though.
each team has, by the way.
Yeah, right. But he's also pretty quick, so he gets down that line well.
Yeah, well,
1-0 count to Dow, and that breaker stays up. Dow
Now-
does not chase it.
let's see here.
2-0 count.
I think he's on his own up there.
Yeah. Pick out your pitch, Bryce. Get to be selective, though, with this count, and bases loaded, and that was strike 1.
Yeah, he took that. Maybe I missed. But anyway,
Yeah, I didn't see the take sign on, but I will say that probably wasn't the spot he wanted to hit
I was down a
in
little.
yet. So, yep, 2-1. Ball stays outside, though. We held on a little bit because we've seen that called. 3-1. Hitters count. Bases loaded. 1 down. Good opportunity, as Dan pointed out, to add to this Athenian lead right here. Breaking ball, he just missed it. And that's fouled back. That takes account to full.
Yeah, that was a marginal pitch.
Yeah.
It was definitely, if it got to plate, it was on the outside corner.
Right.
But he had a good swing at it.
He did. He stayed back on it. Timing was pretty good, just didn't line it up.
There's 4.
There's the outside. He walks in a run.
Didn't have to think about that one.
No. That brings in Wyatt Moats. Nice at bat for Bryce Dow. And here comes another visit.
Yeah, that'll be it.
I'm assuming his pitch count's getting up there as
Oh,
well, right?
yeah, has
and
to-
then
has
obviously,
to
he's, yeah. So 8-4 is the lead again with 1 out and bases still loaded. Got Kale Corsi's made his way over to third. Javi Resto is at second base, and Dow obviously down at first base with the walk. Doubled up the Chargers right now at this point in the game.
Well,
bottom
bringing
of the
somebody
fourth.
from the dugout.
Were they warming anybody?
Well,
I didn't see any.
he's looking at the dugout. I don't know what's.
It looks like they made the change here. It looks like it was a position player. I thought it might have been Salk. I saw him changing gloves. So Cole, did he move down to third base? They just make a swap.
Looks like it.
And that'll be Austin Salk coming in relief here for North Montgomery. Score on the softball field. It looks like the Athenians are batting here with 2 outs, or 0-2 count, and they are trailing the Chargers by 4 runs, 12-8, and that strikeout ends the bottom half of the 5th inning. So they're heading to the top of the 6th with score 12-8. So night's finished now for Cade Cole. Went, 4 point,
Ladies and gentlemen, to have your attention, the new
Nope.
player for North Montgomery is number
3.1 innings.
Salk.
Yeah,
Number 21.
Three and a third.
Now at
Yep,
third base.
3 1/3 innings.
everything looks pretty soft off of Salk here. We'll have to stay back, not jump out at the ball. There's his best fastball. Shouldn't blow you
Get
away.
some stats on Austin and pitching. I'm going to jump there. Yeah, his ERA is a 5.96. It looks like he's 2-2 on the season. He's had 6 appearances,
Cale Weaver.
and he's pitched 22 innings. Actually, third on the team, so it is their number 3 guy, obviously behind Kirsch and Cole. So Weimer stands in, big number 21. Bases loaded, 1 down.
Oh, wow.
Swing the first one, probably a little bit high.
It
Right top of
was,
the zone, but
in a way, that's a pitch he can handle.
he can hammer it.
Yeah.
We've seen him hit that one hard many times. Yeah, so not a bad swing, but 0-1 is the count. Cale Weimer facing Austin Salk here. That ball's low. Nice job.
Boy.
And, yep, quick throw down by Braun to Cade Cole. But, of course, he back in plenty of time. Not a bad move by the catcher, right? You can sometimes catch a base runner sleeping.
Yeah.
Weimer standing in, and that pitch is low and outside for ball 2. Count goes to 2-1. Ball's low. He takes it to a hitter's count, 3-1. Green light here from Coach Moats. And there he walked him. Another run comes in. Got a hit by pitch and 2 walks now.
Yeah.
Forced in. Third runner of the inning makes the score 9-4. Isaac Rogers will come in as a courtesy runner
Isaac Rogers.
for Weimer. Good at bat there. 4 balls and just a strike, and that brings up Caden Underwood.
Now batting the first baseman, Caden Underwood.
Caden is he have a sacrifice, I think? Is that right?
Yes,
Okay.
he reached
So he's
first base on the air. Remember the ball got knocked out of the first base.
Yep.
Hand.
0 for
Came
1 on the
around to
day
score.
then. Yep. Yep. Salk having a little bit of problem here. Locating that ball is outside and low again. That's ball 1. Rogers at first base. Javi Resto now down at third base. 1-0 is the count. That ball's in there for strike one. And Bryce Dow at second. I didn't finish that out. Base is still loaded here for the Athenians. Counts 1-1 with just a 1 out.
Ooh, up. Oh, boy.
Yeah, Ron takes a look down third, gets Resto back. That was ball two, but we have seen that called a strike just a few times tonight. Good cut at it by Underwood. Evens the count up at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
Yeah. Well, you can't get to guessing, but, this is the place where they favored throwing a breaking ball.
Yeah.
Get time out
And maybe not even one that we would be close to the strike zone, but that we would chase often in this situation here. Yeah, so off the plate.
It's kind of a two-way thing.
Yeah.
On the other hand, they don't really want to go to full count.
Not again with bases loaded. And he doesn't. There's
Oh,
a strike, and it's hammered, but
he's got it.
Yep, he does.
Oh, we did a bad job of
Yep.
it, but we got away with
We
it.
are going to score. They're going to make the throw anyway. Wow, so he gets a sac fly. He started to run, but he ended up getting
Like I
back,
said,
tagging up.
It's a problem of go or
Yeah.
roll. We just haven't figured out what to do.
Right. Any ball hit the right, fly ball in the outfield, doesn't matter. You get back because you're going to score,
Absolutely.
especially in high school. Anyway, he does anyway. So
Good job, though, at the
yeah.
plate.
Hey, nice job there by Underwood. And that ball's hit well. Again, just right
yeah.
at him.
Yeah. Yeah,
Because that gets a gap.
Exactly, yeah.
Probably clearing the bases. Although just with 1 out, it's a little tougher. So now 2 outs. Caden Patton steps in to face Salk for the first time tonight.
Well, we batted around again, Brian.
We did it. That's good. We end up, chasing the starter, and there's a halfway swing right there. Really a check swing, foul ball. Strike one. So we're Underwood. We are Patton, Farley, top, with now 2 on. Rogers and Bryce Dow.
Ooh.
There's a breaking ball, came in over the plate, and
Yeah, got
Patton fouls that off.
in on his hands.
Yep.
I mean, he's got a little bit different swing. It's gotten better as the season's gone along, but you kind of got to drop your hands, kind of a swing, and
Yeah.
sometimes almost an uppercut.
That ball is high from Salk and makes count 1 and 2. Looked like maybe Weimer went down to throw a few pitches. It's been a while. That's not unusual. Scores 10-4 now in favor of the Athenians. Ball's high, fastball in there. Takes the count to 2 and 2 with 2 outs. Deuces wild.
That might have been the fastest ball he's thrown in.
Yeah, it was the hardest ball he's thrown. Breaker stays up,
He wanted it, didn't he?
fills up the count. He did.
Well, I think it was over the plate, but it was high.
It was. It definitely stayed up. Full count, 2 outs. Runners should be moving here on the pitch. Oh, there is swing strike 3. That ends the inning, but good inning for the Athenians. 4 runs on 2 hits.
And 3 left.
I think we left 2 on, didn't we?
2 left.
Yep, there we go. I thought he said 3 the first time, but it was 2. He got it
Okay,
corrected, so
well.
big inning here. I did all right.
Yeah,
Right? I
keep
mean,
me
listen.
going.
Okay.
Keep me going, man.
First inning, I wasn't sure. It was 1-0 there in the third, so we'll keep this going here and as we head to the 5th inning. Athenians with a 6-run lead.
I wanted to mention I had a visitor a couple innings ago. It was an old Athenian, Ronnie Norvell. And I call him Ronnie because he was a Ronnie when I coached him in wrestling, but he was just a good athlete.
Yeah.
And haven't seen him in years. Tells me he lives in Brownsburg, Indiana, and so really good to see Ron Norvell. He was. I told him. I said you were always one of those 110% guys on effort, and good athlete to go
He
along
was,
with,
huh?
so it was a great combination.
What sports? Was you
Well,
wrestler?
I had him in wrestling.
Okay.
Yeah, he's. I'm also going to note, sitting right in front of us tonight, some county baseball friend of mine, obviously, Dick Baker, right in front of us here.
Yeah.
Maybe one of the oldest, well, definitely one of the oldest living Athenian baseball players.
Is that right?
Graduate of 1954.
Okay.
And a guy I never played with, I'm not sure how it happened, but I played against him a few times, an old Ladoga Canner who later got into the Athenian coaching staff, Bill Booth.
Yes, sir.
And,
He's right in front of us,
but,
too.
But I not only played against him, I coached against him.
Okay.
When I had a freshman team, I would take it over to Fountain Central, or they'd come over here and I'd play the JV from Fountain Central.
Yes.
So,
He coached at Wabash some, too. There's a drive.
Uh-oh.
Foley's got turned around, and
Yeah.
it's over his head.
sure did.
That is number 20, Ross Dyson here, number 2 hitter for the Chargers with a leadoff double to start this inning. And Dyson can hit. I was going to look at his average on the season, just see where he's been.
Well, it was not an easy play, but
No.
I think if we don't turn the wrong way initially, I think we got a good chance at it.
Didn't read that well off the bat. Coach Welver's going to make a mound visit here, as we're the key part of their number 3 hitters up.
Right.
Is that LaFoon? Yep, Thomas LaFoon.
No, actually, it's Noah Hopkins, the DH.
Okay.
I,
He's hitting for LaFoon. I got you.
well, we never know how the coaches are going
Yep.
to set the lineup. I like to, and I didn't catch it in time, so my bad. I usually put the non-hitting player at the bottom.
Bottom,
but,
right.
But the coaches don't tend to do that often for whatever.
Yeah, and we don't, and we're never sure. We're not privy to that info. So leadoff double here for Dyson, nobody out, as Weimer begins his 5th inning of work. Is that the first extra base hit of the night? Might have been.
Yeah.
I don't think we have one yet, and I'm pretty sure the Chargers haven't either. So.
Well, we have one. We had a home run.
Oh, yeah, we did. That's a big extra base hit. Good point. Dowell took care of that. So 0-1 is the count here, and there's a swinging strike.
Now, the only thing
for
we
Hopkins.
might be sorry about, but I'm not sorry about, but
Yeah.
he later batted with the bases loaded. And
Would have been nice to we'd trade that out, wouldn't we? Yeah, the timing of that. There's a pop foul back. I think it's
don't
out of
think
play.
so. I don't think so.
That landed right behind us, actually. Hit the concrete here, so that's Hopkins with the foul ball, and count stays 0-2.
Yeah, got to be pitcher's pitcher. This should be something that probably not in the strike zone. I don't particularly like the old waste pitch idea.
Yep.
I wanted something that the batter's got to
close.
think about a little bit.
That's right. Make him decide.
Don't groove it.
And he did. Pitched a little bit outside, and that's foul again behind us. That one's heading to the softball field.
Yep. Yeah, the Athenian first baseman picks that one up over there on the girls' diamond.
0-2 is the count, but last 2 foul balls, so 5th pitch here from Weimer at this at bat. Dyson down at second base. And that ball is high and swung out. Moats is going to have a play on it in foul ground. And he makes that play, record the first out of the inning. And yeah, I do think you're right. I think we'll probably, get a little bit better read on that. In center, it's 2 outs right now, which just keeps Weimer's pitch count down as we are in the 5th inning here, but 1 out. Tough play, though.
It's a hard thing to read, and it's not always the same, but
Yep.
the ball off of a left-handed bat it goes different from the ball off the right-handed bat.
Yeah, it tails away differently. First
Yeah.
pitch is low there from Weimer.
If that had been a right-handed hitter, he would have been turning the right way
Yeah.
initially.
Yep. 1-0 count here to Dylan Braun,
Yeah, he's over 2.
Charger catcher. And there's strike 1. Called strike. Right over the plate, right at the knees. I don't think Coach Voorhees is super thrilled with that, but looked like a pretty good pitch.
I thought,
Could have been a little low.
well, he's actually started to give a few more low strikes.
He has timeout awarded there to Braun at the plate.
Cale, I don't think is really real comfortable with his breaking ball yet.
Yeah.
You notice he's throwing a lot of fastball.
He has.
There's another one.
Another fastball that was down the dirt. 2-1 is the count. And yeah, you're right. He's sailed a couple and left a couple up high, and I think he's doesn't have the same confidence he would normally have in that pitch. There was a breaker.
Yeah.
And Braun fouls that off. That's another one heading to the softball field.
I didn't particularly like the location, although it was a strike, but
A little too much plate.
I don't want that one back
Nope.
in that same zone.
No, Braun can hit. Trying to see if he has any home
Well, he
runs
blew him
this
away
season.
with a fastball last time, a high fastball, and maybe that would be the answer right here.
Might be 2-2 count. One down. Ross Dyson down at second base, and he stays alive on that pitch. Just a little bit outside. Fouls that one back. Count remains 2-2. With the pitch, there's a swinging
Out of the zone,
strike.
but we'll take
A
it.
little high. It's kind of what you call for, but it looked like a breaker. It did not look like a fastball to me, was it?
No, it wasn't.
Yeah. Had some bend to it.
I didn't look like it broke a lot, though.
Yeah.
It could have been a changeup, actually, but it wasn't. I mean,
Wasn't his fastball, and it was moving a little
if his
bit.
fastball was in that zone,
Yeah.
it's a good area, but that breaking ball, you really probably don't want to leave it up in there.
You're right.
It worked.
2 outs. Dyson's still down at second base. Has not been able to move on, and it's Corbin Meadows standing in now.
He had a good swing.
He did.
He's been on base twice. He was on a walk and scored in the second inning, and in the third inning he was on an error and also scored. So he's had two of their
4 runs. Yeah, playing right field for the Chargers tonight. Bats from the left side, and that ball's hit hard right down to Underwood, and he's got the play for the third out of the inning.
Now, that was a good job. He's had a hard time
Yes.
squaring up and blocking on the ball like that. And that time,
He stayed down on it.
Exactly.
He had his
perfect,
body in
yeah.
there, so if it got past his glove on a bad hop or something, he was in position there to make the play. And good job by Andy. And he is battling the sun as well. And hey, let's give a quick shout out here between innings as the Athenians shut out the Chargers now 2 innings in a row. Congratulations to the Athenian girls tennis team for clinching the outright Sagamore Athletic Conference title for the first time since 2015. Athenians defeated Frankfurt 5-0 this evening. So shout out to the Lady Athenian tennis team. Great job, another conference championship.
Yeah.
Softball is Athenians are batting in the bottom of the 6th inning. Chargers are lead. They have a 13. They don't have a 13 lead. They have a scores 13-8. They have a 5-run lead. That's what I'm trying to say. Lots of scoring going on over there on the softball field. Actually, over here too. 10-4 as we head to the bottom of the 5th inning, and we are. Looks like.
Farley.
Well, it looks like we may have a pinch hitter. It hasn't been officially called out yet, but
Yeah.
Javi Resto is taking some swings here, and he will step to the plate. So we're going to pinch hit. Looks like Bryce Dow's heading down to the bullpen, which is good to see. Him getting back in that rotation a little bit, or at least in relief. So Javi Resto will stand in. He'll bat for for Dylan Farley. So we head to the bottom of the 5th inning, looking to add to this Athenian lead. Javi swings at the first pitch, right to the shortstop. Got a nice hop out of that, though.
Okay.
Gathered himself, throws on to first, and the play is made to record the first out of the inning.
This infield has really played nice this
Yes.
season. I mean, I don't know how many just what we call Sunday hops I've seen it.
Well, you almost think it's a little harder, right, and after all the rain we've had, just because of the way it's coming up off the turf. So, yeah, easy play there. Back to the top of the Athenian lineup here. Number 6, Jude Corsi, stands in to face Salk in his second inning work.
Jude's 1 for 3. Got a base hit and scored the last inning.
Falls behind here in the count, 0-1. And there's a foul, so he will go to 0-2 quickly as that ball heads
Yep.
right to the dugout there for the Chargers on the softball field. There's a breaker. It stays up a little bit, and Jude lays off of it. First ball of the at-bat.
Yeah, he kind of started bailing on that one, but it was up.
Salk digging in out there.
Oh,
First
my.
pitch, fastball right in the middle, but
I tell you, that young man.
oh, there's a rough throw, which is the same thing that happened to Jude last time, but he's going to stay here because Braun hustling
Good
down the
job.
line, yep, and doing what the catcher's supposed to do, running back to the fence, and he corrals that ball quickly, keeps Jude from advancing into scoring position. Jude hit that ball hard, and again,
He is
is he leading the season?
Been snake bit. I don't want to tell you. I can't tell you how many times he's hit balls that look like that.
Yep, right at him.
And he's had 3 or 4. I know that have hit the pitcher like that, bounced right to the second baseman
Right.
and throw him out. You know,
I've actually seen that. Yes.
Anyway, we got a runner here.
So we're staying ball 1 to Wyatt Moats. Is big number 2 steps in here. Jude Corsi down at first
2
base.
for 3. You know, we mentioned Wyatt dropping under 500.
Yep.
And
Oh, he gets
Here we
by.
go.
That's
Here we
going to
go.
advance Corsi. That throw bounced into the first baseman. He stays at second.
well, it's like the last ball game here. He went 2 for 5.
Yep.
Now 2 for 5 is 400.
Yeah,
That's pretty
drops-
good. But it drops
drops
the
his
guy that's
average.
hitting over 500. Drops his batting average.
That's right.
So
That's the problem with hitting 500.
Yeah.
Almost anything you do drops your batting average,
we'll
even if you have a good game.
take 2 for 5.
That's right.
But we'll take a third hit here today because he's had 2 already.
There's the low outside strike. Called for Moats. Evens the count up at 1-1. Corsi down at second in scoring position, so a base hit here from Moats would certainly do some more damage here for the Athenians. That ball is outside and skips in, but Braun able to shift over and get that before it hits the backstop. Two and one here with 1 out.
Ooh, he was going big that time.
It looked like a pitch you could go big on too, but he swings and misses, and that is strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pitcher has a little advantage here in this count. And he gets in with the inside fastball, and Moats can't catch up to it, so that is the second out of the inning. I think Salk's first strikeout, unless he got the bottom of our order last time, which he might have done.
Yeah,
Did
he got number 9.
Okay. So that brings up Cale Corsi, big senior stepping in, playing second base tonight. Will certainly be on the mound tomorrow night. Got his brother out on second base. It'd be nice for them to trade places. Cale for sure with at least 1 hit. He does have more than that, doesn't
Yeah.
he?
He's actually he's 1 for 1. He's walked twice.
Oh, that's right.
Walked twice and
Yeah, he
that
didn't
was
see
a
anything
base hit
good.
in the second inning. He scored 2 runs.
He really hadn't seen a strike in a while, and that's ball 1 to start him. And there's the outside corner. That's called strike 1. So 1-1's the count here. 2 outs. He swings at that one outside. Oh, Salk jumped up and got it and runs it over.
Yeah, he gets over his head.
Nice
That's
toss.
a base hit.
That's
but,
right. That's right.
Good job by the pitcher there.
He timed the jump well from the top of the mound, and that's not easy to do. So no runs, no hits. There are 2 errors for the Chargers.
Yeah, they get away with it.
We do leave a runner, yeah, which you don't often do, but we do leave a runner out there. So no scoring there in the 5th inning as we head to the top of the 6th. Athenians still leading 10-4, and there's a bit of a rally going on here in the bottom of the 6th inning, on the softball field with 2 outs. Athenians have put 2 more runs on, so it's 13-10. Athenians still batting, though, with 2 outs. Cale Weimer comes back out for his 6th inning of work. He's had a couple pretty efficient innings in a row there. 4th, he faced the minimum number of batters, and in the 5th, there's a leadoff double, and then he took care of business.
Yeah, credit to the Chargers. They've got 5 hits on the board, but Cale has pitched very well.
He has.
And I guess we've had only the 1 error, but his first inning and 2nd inning where he gave up leadoff walk really caused 2 of the runs there that eventuated in that anyway.
That's right.
And so, he's been around the plate. He's not put too many guys on, and his strikeouts have averaged 1 an inning.
Okay.
And so, ready to go here. And inning number 6, Athenians lead it by a score of 10-4 over and out. And good buddy.
That's right.
So, starting pitcher for the Chargers, Cade Cole at the plate. No, I'm wrong there. Yes, I'm right.
You're right.
I'm right there. Well,
Yep. He's now at third base.
I looked and only saw half the number. Here's the pitch. Swung on a miss on a high fastball.
Nice pitch.
Yeah, he can kind of live there, but you still got to, you got to mix a little bit. You cannot just, like they say in the majors, the guy throw the ball 100 miles an hour, but if he throws only that pitch, big league hitters are going to hit that. Well,
that's
I tell you,
right.
high school kids are going to hit the ball that's close to 90 if you just throw it there.
If it's
with a fastball
and no movement, you'll be in trouble.
But
They'll hit it.
that's-
Matter of fact, they'll hit it a
that's
long
part
way.
of it, yeah. 1-1. Here's the pitch. That ball's right there. Pardon me. 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes.
Yeah. Nice pitcher.
Cade Cole.
Weimer hobbled a little bit on the pitch before that. I saw Coach Welver start to run out there. So I was trying to watch at the end of his delivery if he's wincing or anything.
0-2 breaking ball just misses.
Good spot for an 0-2 breaking ball.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Cole on the day is 1 for 1. He had a sacrifice bunt the first time, and base hit his second at bat. Here's the pitch taken away.
Thought
so
maybe
count
chase it.
evens now.
He doesn't. Good discipline at the plate.
This is 8, 9, and pardon me. Jumped the gun here. 6, 7, and 8. Here's a foul ball right side. Underwood over, and cannot get there. The ball's actually on
Wrong side of the
the wrong
fence.
side of the fence. So, notice we had an extra ball in play down there as the bullpen ball got away from the catcher and came on down to where that play was, which could have
Caused some confusion.
been bad if the
That's
ball
right.
stayed fair there.
Yep.
2-2's the count. Weimer on inning number 6 here. Pitch swung on, popped. Second baseman back a couple of steps. Now comes in, and Cole Corsi pulls it in for out number 1. That's kind of the way we like it. If we have to field the ball, we can kind of handle that kind of thing.
That's right. Pretty easy.
The shortstop, Roman Underback.
Underback comes to the plate with 0 for 2 on the day. Checking down third base coach there, and there's not much he can do to help you there, young man. This is where you got to put yourself on base. And he swings and misses at a high fastball. I don't know how many high fastballs they've sort of missed, but it's been a few.
It has. He's throwing it well, too. Some good velo tonight.
0-1 on the way. Line drive
Yep.
base hit the left field, and that's almost the same
Same
pitch.
spot.
It was a little bit out farther over the plate maybe, but
Yeah.
Good job of hitting there by Utterback, and so with one down, the Chargers have a runner here in the 6th inning. Brings up Brooks Walters, second baseman.
The second baseman, Brooks Walters.
Pitch taken for a strike, and that, I'm not sure what that was.
Nope.
It's something off speed. It might have been a changeup, but looked like it almost, I don't know that he's throwing a cutter. It had a cutter look, but it didn't seem like it had the velocity for a cutter.
Right.
So we'll just say, I don't know what it was, but it was a good pitch. Here's a pitch. This is in the dirt, and that'll be a wild pitch. It gets by A.J. in the dirt, and runner on down to second base now. Kind of evens 1 ball, 1 strike.
Both catchers, by the way, just I think to comment on catchers, as you said, they can't be afraid of anything, but these guys both do a nice job blocking the ball and not had much of that tonight. It's got to be a tough pitch to handle before that happens.
Walters 1 for 2 on the day. Here's the next pitch. He went.
He went for sure.
Oh, my goodness.
Ooh.
Well,
That was worse than the earlier one that got called a strike. But
and I've
tough.
said this too much, Brian, but
Yeah.
I'm going to say it again just in case you didn't hear me.
I was listening
That
to you.
play
but yeah.
should not even be an illegal appeal. The man out front cannot see that.
No, he didn't have any idea.
The
if it
guy
broke.
behind the plate can't
Yeah.
get it. There's a ball's going to get
It's
in the
gonna
gap.
Get down.
That'll score a Charger run here. Good job of cleaning the ball up in the center field and get it in. And so back-to-back base hits, though, here by the Chargers. And they add a run on the board. So that makes it a 10-5 advantage for the Athenians. And Coach Moats on the way to the mound.
I think we're going to see a change here. It looks like Bryce Dow is going to head in to maybe finish this one off for the Athenians.
Yeah, I'd say that's a pretty good guess. As Bryce trots in from left field, and let's see what kind of a change in the arrangement going to be, because we got 21 is going to be in the infield somewhere.
For sure.
Now I see Underwood's going to go to left field, or maybe not. We'll see. He's going to go to the outfield. I
Yeah.
know that.
Yep.
I imagine it'll be left field. So Bryce Dowell on here in the top of inning number 6. He has a runner on first base with 1 out. And again, the Chargers have put a run on the board here in the 6th. So it's a 10-5 Athenian lead.
It is. Looks like Underwood did go out to left field. They're going to warm him up a little bit out there.
Scores gotten close over here with the softball game as the Athenians have pulled within 2 with a third. Well, I have to change it. The Chargers just put a run on the board, so Lady Chargers lead it 14-11 as they bat here in the 7th inning.
Big close game over there.
Yeah. Kind of more like a football score.
A lot of scoring. Well, they start a half an hour earlier than the
Indeed.
baseball game, so it needs to be scoring like that to be
Still playing.
still playing.
First base. And Caden Underwood is in left field.
So Cade moved out to left,
Dale Weaver is in second base.
Yeah, Weimer
made
is
all their
second.
adjustments, yeah, and of course he went to
Of course,
first. Yeah.
So, up to Bryce Dow now here to put down this little rally here in the 6th. Austin Salk steps in. He has had a hit, struck out his last at bat, so he's 1 for 2 on the evening.
Yeah, now pitching.
Shadow's beginning to get on the field a little bit, Brian. Here's the first pitch.
Ooh.
Maybe a little bit outside.
Feel like we've seen it called, but it wasn't now for Dow's first pitch.
Next pitch right there.
Nice breaker.
Yeah, this young man, he still throws the ball pretty hard, but not with the velocity as Corsi or Weimer,
Yep.
but his breaking ball, it makes him go if he got command of that.
Yep.
1-1 on the way. There's another breaker right
does it.
there, and Salk kind of shaking his head a little bit there as he really didn't read that pitch. So Dow got a chance here to maybe run that breaker outside a little bit, see if he'll chase. Swung on and missed. So that's what the Athenian coaching staff was looking for right there.
That's right. Second out of the inning, it's a big out with the runner still down at first base.
Top of the order, Jared Kirsch to the plate.
And the top of the order. Yep.
Kirsch on the day is 1 for 2. He walked and scored in the first inning, had a base hit in the second inning, and last at bat got fooled. Struck out looking. Here's a pitch down on the way. One ball, no strikes, 2 down. Top of the 6th. Your Athenians lead it 10-5, trying to get out of it here in the top of the 6th. Here's the next pitch, a little bit inside. The Athenian fans that are in a position to see it were kind of not pleased with the call.
No, not as inside as maybe
Well, the
Kirsch
batter,
let on.
yeah, I was going to say, he did a good job selling
He
it.
did.
2-0 now. Now we got a timeout.
I think he pointed to Kirsch.
I believe you're right.
Looks like Athenians are going to bat in the softball field. They're heading to the bottom of the 7th, down 3 runs, just coming up to bat.
I got to think Mr. Kirsch might be a Pete Rose fan, wearing number 14, and he's leading off. There's a strike on a breaking ball.
Well, that's not a bad guy to play like. Just maybe don't gamble.
There you go. Now he's swinging the bat. Charlie Hustle.
Yep, got it done. Those were fun years.
Here's a pitch, swung on, fouled off to the left side. Count evens now 2-2. Athenians looking for their 7th win in the Sagamore Conference, and obviously the Chargers trying to stay on top of the Sagamore Conference, tied with Tri-West at this point in time. We don't know what's going on with the Bruins right now, but they both came in 8-1. Runner off, oh my gosh. We didn't step off properly. That should have been a balk.
Wrong, turn the wrong way.
Yeah.
Didn't step off the back foot.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. Let's put it that way. He moved his front foot first. But we had the runner if we just could have cut him
Just
out of
need
the
to
eye.
step off, huh?
Here's the pitch. This is the way high. Runner goes, throw it down, and he is safe. Got around the tag. Well, the ball got there first, but I
Yep.
think that looked like the right call.
Yep.
Slides to the outside, and by the time we could make the sweep tag, he got around it and got
was
in
on the
safely.
base. Yep.
So a runner in scoring position, and the count goes full now on Jared Kirsch. Two down now. Pitch stays high. Pitch was definitely got to plate, but it was high, and so Kirsch walks on down to first base, and the Chargers now with runners on first and second. That'll bring up Dyson, and Dyson doubled his last time up, so he is 1 for 3, and Coach Welliver out with Mr. Dow to have a little talk here.
We don't see that one very often.
No, the ball came from the other side this time.
Softball.
Softball to the baseball.
Yep.
You're right about that.
The center fielder, Ross Dyson.
Maybe the most dangerous hitter we've seen tonight. I don't know if I'm just saying that because he hit a double. I'm not sure if that's his only hit. What'd you say?
He's 1 for 3.
Okay.
He, all right, Dow ready to go. First
two
and
on.
second, and first pitch is right there. Strike one. Breaking ball. Tough pitch for a left-hander to hit because that ball gets in on you there. If you leave that one out in the middle of the plate, the left-hander usually likes it.
Just got an update from Jeff Nelson. Tri-West leads Danville 9-5 in the
Here's
7th
pitch
inning.
that's inside.
So Tri-West looking to add to their win total. We need Danville to help us a little bit.
Be interesting to know if Dow is trying intentionally to jam Dyson
Yeah.
a little bit. Both those pitches running in a little bit, one with the plate and one without. Here's a ground ball. Underwood has it. He slips. He underhits, and they get it out as
Nice
Dow
play. It
does
was
a
actually-
nice job getting over and
That's
covering.
right. It was Corsi, too, because they made that change.
Yes, pardon me, yes.
That's right. Kale Corsi in
Underwood
there.
definitely in left field.
1 round, 2 hits. There were no errors and 2 left.
Yeah, he did. His footing slipped out a little bit, but thankfully Dow was heading that direction, so
Yeah, big out.
was.
No further damage. They did come up with one, and so Athenians come to bat, leading at 10-5. Chargers have pulled within one hit of the Athenians, though,
That's right.
and the scoreboard says that the Chargers have 3 errors and Athenians 1. I'm not sure. I've kind of lost track on that. I'm not sure whether I agree with all that or
Right.
not, but anyway, we don't have a errorless game. Let's put
Nope.
it that way.
No.
Well, Athenians coming to bat in the bottom of the 7th here, Brian, trailing 14-11.
I think they got a couple outs now, too, so maybe down to their last out.
You're right about that.
Looks like a new pitcher here for North Montgomery. Roman Utterback now on the mound warming
Yep.
up for this inning.
Coming off of shortstop and going to the mound.
Yeah. Utterback with a 4.08 ERA. He's had, looks like 3 appearances. Am I right about that? No, I'm not right about that. He's had 5 appearances. So this will be his 6th. And he has thrown 12 innings on the season. 7 walks, 11 strikeouts.
Well, there's a throw down, and we're ready to go here in the bottom of inning number 6.
To have your attention, the new pitcher for North Montgomery is number 2, Roman Utterback. Number 12.
Oh, yeah, Roman Utterback on here in the 6th inning, and Athenians coming to the bat with A.J. Hall.
The catcher, A.J.
Salk moved to shortstop, so just switch places with Utterback.
Well, A.J.'s 1 for 2 on the day. He got hit with a pitch his last at bat and came around to score. First pitch is a little bit inside, ball 1. I think that just ended the ball game over there.
That's the
The,
ball game.
Lady Chargers defeat the Lady Athenians by a 14-11 score. Next pitch in there for a strike. Next pitch taken inside.
Looks like that's where he's missing right now. 2-1 count.
A little more velocity on that last pitch. Here's the 2-1. This is way up and away. So 3 balls, 1 strike. Hall ahead on the count here. The Indians would like to add on to this 10-5 lead here. Next pitch too high, ball 4, and on down to first base goes Mr. Hall, and let's see who's going to run for him here.
Looks like Mr. McCarty.
Young Mr. McCarty, only a freshman,
The courtesy runner at
good
first,
wheels,
number 23, baseman,
still learning
McCarty.
the ins and outs of being a good base runner.
Yep.
Again, sometimes having a little trouble how much lead and how much secondary lead and when to go and when to roll.
That's right.
But the young man is really an outstanding athlete.
He
He's going
is.
to be a great baseball player here
Yes.
for the Athenians. All right, here we go with Bryce Dowell. He takes a pitch for a strike. Bryce on the day has 1 for 2, walked his last at bat, but started the Athenian big rally in the second inning with a home run. Here's the next pitch. Swung on, line drive into the gap out there. Center fielder can't get there in time, but he dribbles the ball. So, oh well, now we're all caught up, but we're going to be okay. Because I'm not really sure whether Coach Moats held him or not. It appeared to me that he should have been on third.
Yeah,
but,
I think.
Again, I don't. Maybe Coach Moats held him.
I didn't see what sign he gave him. I thought he could have gotten there, but
I don't have any doubt with his wheels that he could have got there. But anyway, we're first and second, and nobody down. Cale Weimer to the plate. Cale on the day is 0 for 1, but he's walked and scored today. Matter of fact, he's walked twice. So McCarty out second. Here's a square, and I think that was a good job by Weimer pulling that bat
he got back in time, didn't he?
I mean, I didn't mind as a hitter. I didn't mind bunting a ball maybe a little bit low because you were pretty sure you're not going to pop it
That's
up.
right.
That's
Easy
not
to
the
get on
worst
top of
thing
that
you can do right here. Yeah. Shortstop trying to get in here. We got a ball. We bunt. Boy, that's a good
Nice
bunt.
bunt.
Everybody's going to be safe.
Yep.
He can't get in.
Nope.
All right. Good
Great
job.
bunt.
Yeah.
Just loaded up the bases for the Athenians here with nobody out.
That was a good job there, McCarty. He was tempted to. He started taking a big
Almost.
round, but he got held
Yeah.
up pretty quick. So a great bunt base hit there by Cale Weimer. And the bases are packed with Athenians with nobody out.
Caden Underwood.
I guess you could say we need 5 right here.
Yeah, that's what we need.
All right, Caden Underwood to the
Take care of
plate.
it.
Caden moved from first base to left field. One of the many, here's a pitch taken for a strike. That was a good fastball. Caden, one of the many Athenians that can play several spots
He
and
does.
indeed has played
Yes.
several spots.
And does well.
And I'd say almost everybody on the field has done that.
Yes.
Here's the pitch. There's a line drive
that's
to center
ripped.
field. He cannot get there in time, so Athenians are going to score one only, as we had to wait.
We did have to wait. Tough spot.
Possibility that ball could have been caught.
Smart base running.
It really was.
Yep.
And you know, you got to take care of all your runners. One
Yeah.
guy can screw it up.
You know when that's just so much
Everybody-
easier with 2 outs, right? Because everybody's just
Oh,
moving
yeah,
and you're
well,
scoring everybody.
yeah,
So
absolutely, yeah, yeah.
Obviously.
Well, with 2 outs, what we would have had is first and third.
right.
You know.
Yeah.
But I'm glad there's not 2 outs.
Me
by the
too.
way.
This is better.
Okay, Caden Patton to the plate. Here's ground ball. Shortstop has it. He's coming home to get to fourth. Throw to first, and
He's got
he is
him.
out.
Yep.
This, what did I say on that? Too bad there.
Yeah.
But
Infield was in. They hadn't played the right way.
Well, it was tailor-made.
Yep.
I mean, probably we probably got 2 guys come to bat that wouldn't have been doubled out, but
Yep. Pinch
most
hitter.
guys would.
That's right.
Okay.
Pinch hitter, Sam Manette.
Sam, man, I don't know how many at-bats Sam's had, but he's had a few this season.
Sam
He has. We're going to look that up real quickly. Yep, 14 at-bats, 18 plate appearances, scored 3 runs. He's got a hit. It was a double. How about that? Be a great time to add to his hit total. Couple ducks on the pond out there. 2 outs.
Pitch swung on and missed. 0-2 now. Minute waiting. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed, and he blew that one right by him. So in the inning, the Athenians do come up with 1 run, and they have now passed the Chargers in base hits. They have 11 hits.
That's right.
That looked like, well, a very promising inning, but, Chargers came up with 1, and the Athenians come up with 1 to ditto it. So we take a 6-run lead to the 7th inning, and I think Coach Moach would have been glad to just say before the ball game if we can go to the 7th. We'd be in good
Pretty
shape
happy
there.
with that. That's right. Yep. Yeah, I totally agree with you on that one. And they do have 7 hits. They can hit 3 errors. I'm not sure that's exactly how we'd score that, but that is what the scoreboard says at least. But Dow's going to come in here to hopefully close this thing out.
Well, he looked real good as he came in there in the 6th to relieve Weimer. He definitely had command of his break
He did.
for the most part.
Yeah.
And that's really, I'm not trying to downplay his fastball.
Nope.
He's got decent speed, but it's probably, on average, I'd say he's probably in the area of 5 to 6 miles an hour slower than, let's say, Weimer and Corsi.
Yep.
And not really about where young Corsi throws in that same area.
That's right.
And they both have a very similar situation because they both need their breaking balls, and they both got, and they actually, I don't know, but on my judgment, they both actually have better command of their breaking balls than our 2 older fellows.
I would agree. Yeah. I told him that he threw, but both courses threw on Saturday at West Lafayette, and Jude came in and finished that game out with a 5-0 win. But it looked good. They couldn't hit his breaker.
Well, here we go. Chargers in the top of the 7th come up with 3, 4, and 5, and that'll be Dylan Hopkins coming to the plate now. I just heard a different call in center field. Is that what I heard?
You did. I'm trying to figure out who that is.
So we'll see. All right. Now period in. Now lets it go. Swung on and fouled. Almost looked like that might have been off the end of the bat. So
Yeah,
he had him out ahead. I know that. Hopkins on the day is 0 for 3.
I wonder if that's Isaac Rogers in center field.
Here's the pitch. Breaking ball. Boy, that was a nice location. Pitcher's pitch. Might have been down just a little bit when it finished, but 1 ball, 1 strike. Now gets that glove almost covering his face. Here's the pitch. There's a breaking ball right there. Man, that's a great weapon when you got that kind of command.
Yes.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Let's see where he tries to go with it here. Pitch swung on a miss. Ball in the dirt, gets away from A.J. He's got plenty of time on down to first base to Corsi, and out number 1 recorded.
Nice strikeout there by Dow.
Well, he struck out,
The catcher, Dylan Braun.
I believe, let's see. I didn't mark
think
where he
that's
came
him.
in.
Yeah,
I think he
that's
struck out
his.
the first batter he faced.
Right.
And
He did.
So 2 strikeouts for Dow. 2.
Starts with
I'm
the
trying
ball.
to count. I lost track of the number of strikeouts. The
I
Indians
know, I'm
have
not
had here,
sure.
but it's-
Got to be getting close to double digits.
maybe a little more than 1 inning now. But here's a pitch in there for ball 2. This is Dylan Braun at the plate, and he is 0 for 3. Struck out the last 2 times, actually. Here's a pitch, and that ball is in there for a strike.
That's Hayden Craig in center field.
All right,
Who's a sophomore. I don't think we've seen him out there.
Here's a ball fouled off to the right side as Braun appeared to be just a little bit behind on that pitch. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Dow to the plate. Breaking ball down to Moats, big hop, on to first base, out number 2.
It's those hops you've been talking about.
Yeah.
We got one. We'll take it.
Well, this infield has just really played great
It
all
has.
season long. And like you said, we've had rain, but it seems like the ground is
coming up.
hard.
Yeah, ball's coming up.
The light
Certainly,
color.
certainly did there.
So that brings up Corbin Meadows. Meadows on the day scored 2 runs. He was walked the first at bat and on an error on the second bat, scoring each time. His last time out, he grounded to the first baseman. So he is 0 for 1 officially, but when you score 2 runs, it's pretty good
That's
offense, I
good
guess.
production. Yeah.
Pitch in there for a strike, so
Swings at that one.
0-1. So Dow trying to finish it off right here. Here's the pitch up high. Count evens, 1-1. I want to comment again, really a great crowd here of Athenians this evening. The best we've seen all year, Brian.
Yeah.
Of course, it's a nice warm day, and
Yeah, good weather and a big county conference matchup.
yeah, and congratulations, the Chargers bring a good crew of fans, and yeah, this is the way baseball ought to be out here.
That's right.
Well, there's strike 2 as Dow keeping the breaking ball coming forward, and got to suspect maybe we'll see one more here. Let's see what Meadows can do with it. Fastball right there, short
Yeah, that's
A.
in
Crossed him up, and that ends the old ball game.
Final score, Crawfordsville 11, North Montgomery.
Well, your Athenians win it here tonight, 11-5. Line score for the Chargers: 5 runs on 7 hits and 3 errors. Your Athenians 11 runs, 11 hits, and they had 1 error. So, Brian, what the Athenians had to have happened here tonight.
That's right.
And the Chargers could drop into second place, as we heard the Tri-West Bruins at least in the lead with Danville.
They were in the lead. I don't know if we've gotten an update yet, but yeah, in the lead in the 7th inning. So yeah, no update. We probably with that 5-run lead assume they got the win. So sets up just a great another great matchup for tomorrow night. Again, just a reminder, that game starts at 7 o'clock at North Montgomery. They do with JV and varsity kind of a double-header format out there, and that's why a little bit later start as we go out to play games at North Montgomery tomorrow night.
Yeah. Well, the Athena pitching came up with 8 strikeouts, but Mr. Dow coming in there pitching, let's see, he would have pitched 1 2/3 innings, I believe.
Yeah.
And got 3 strikeouts out of the 8 himself. So very
Pitched
effective.
well.
Boy, when you can get that kind of closed pitching in high school, that's hard to do.
That's hard to do. And
he's ripe again for tomorrow.
That's right.
So,
And it is what he's not been available before earlier this year, which obviously has a huge impact. So yeah, big win there for the Athenians.
So the Athenians on the season now, picking up another win, making it a 17-6 record for the season, and now go to 7-3 in the Sagamore Conference, and we're still alive, Brian.
That's right.
Still
That's
alive.
right. Do what we had to do, right? Take care of business ourselves.
I mean, we've got the big game tomorrow night. We still need to make a sweep of this series and come back and do the same thing with Frankfurt the following week. And of course, we got one more with Lebanon. Don't want to forget that.
No, we don't. Yeah, so some good conference action left
here.
there.
No pushovers for sure.
Yeah.
But the key is, well, obviously you got to score runs. We don't want to forget that. But if we can get the solid pitching, we're going to have a chance to pull this thing off.
Yeah.
So thanks again, Brian Saunders, coming in again tonight. We'll see you Saturday morning. And we got the rookie. He's about to go to sleep over there. No, he's just getting hungry. He's a young man, growing young man, ready to go eat. But thanks to Noah Wilson for coming in and keeping us online and showing you a great picture. So for the Athenian baseball team and Brian Saunders, this is Dan Welver saying good evening and good Athenian baseball.